I am your host, Big Mike. It has been a long but wonderful week in sports. Of course, I am not alone. I've got the panel with me. Going to start off. Actually, we're going to start off like we did last week. I'm going to put the banner up, but we're going to update it after I put it up because our prayers were answered. We're one step closer. I can report as this show is being broadcast that DeMar Hamlin is back in Buffalo. He is in stable condition and things are looking great. Best news we could get as sports fans this week. But like I said, I'm going to bring the panel in. We've got the Mad Producer Podcast, Poppy.
Mets fans are in hell.
And excuse me, that's podcast Pappy.
It's Poppy.
Poppy. I have Enoch Anthony's in the building.
Going on, guys?
Just said some blasphemous stuff off air before we started.
But we'll blasphemous shit all day.
He's been on one today, but we will get into it. We will get into it.
Truth hurts.
Bad opinions hurt. That's what hurts. And I've got my man Breezy in the building.
Anthony, one of these days you're gonna have to pay for these thoughts. You're gonna have to say these thoughts for people to hear what you're saying.
No, we're saying it. We're saying it here, and then if you deny what he said, I will just post the chat again.
This is not a hip hop pod, James. This is not a hip hop pod. This is a sports pod.
Well, we're not even talking hip hop pod because you saying that KOD is trash is one thing.
Actually, that's not an unpopular opinion, by the way.
It's not trash. It may not be a great album, but it's not trash.
It absolutely was not.
No, it's fine.
And I love J. Cole too.
Not when you say dumb shit like that.
Not when you say
look, it's dumb to you because you're one of the few people who actually like that trash ass album.
I know. I just don't think it's trash. There's a difference.
No, you know what? It's not trash. It's below trash. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself.
His worst album.
Opinion.
His worst album.
Yes, it is his worst.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What's his worst album?
Sideline Story is much worse than that album.
Wait, Sideline Story is worse than that album?
Yeah, his first album is worse than KOD. Because you always give Jay-Z shit for having nothing but commercial shit on it. That first album really had, 4 really hot commercial songs, and the rest, were just solid. KOD is better than that. And then I personally don't like For Your Eyes Only, but...
I love that one.
But you like For Your Eyes Only, but not fucking KOD. I don't understand.
No. Because
granted, For Your Eyes Only has one of my favorite J. Cole songs in Full Clothes. Love Full Clothes.
And you love Changes too. You love that.
No, I like that album. The bass line in Full Clothes is hard. Boom, boom,
and then She's Mine Part 1 and 2,
I want to fold clothes for you. I want to make you feel good.
I think I would agree with James. I think Born Sinner, not that it's a bad album.
I like Born Sinner a lot.
I like
Born Sinner. All of his albums.
It gets masked by some of the personal favorite songs on there, but as a full body of work, it's kind of bad.
No, I
wouldn't say it's bad. I just say it's the worst.
Out of the
discography.
Yeah. Because I like Sideline Story.
I love Sideline Story. I love the Sideline Story.
I also don't think it's great.
Yeah, it's his begin.
It was a very good first album.
How he takes off is not how he lands. I can say that.
Yeah, for
sure.
Yes, absolutely.
His most recent work was really good.
That
was
one of my favorite.
I have a playlist from one of our friends of the show, Menace, called Features by J. Cole.
And I got a playlist too.
And
Jay
gotta
Cutler's
share.
features are so good.
Yeah, his features.
He
please
doesn't
share
miss.
that.
He
Please
does
share
not.
that.
Yeah, you need to do that.
I'll
You need
share
to
it.
do that.
Killer.
Yeah, his features is unmatched.
I
He
don't
Like I
think
doesn't
feel
he
have
like
missed
one.
a feature.
his
I don't think he has
features
one bad
these
feature.
past like couple years has been like unmatched.
Yeah, no.
So
Oh. So okay, so we've stumbled upon from bad take there to making it good. Let's go to Anthony's other bad take today, where he said Deshaun Watson is a better athlete than Lamar Jackson, and I just don't understand that at all.
And we have to
and I
not
quote
quarterback, better
athlete.
athlete than
And
Lamar.
I quote, Lamar is just fast. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, we haven't seen Lamar put dudes in hell in the open field.
So you
dudes in
haven't seen
hell.
Watson put dudes in hell either?
What was it? The Chiefs that Lamar was playing a couple years ago, where he did a juke spin on the 3-yard line and then cut back and walked into the end zone, having 3 straight people in a corner miss every tackle, and just walked in the end zone after. Lamar is unbelievable. Like, is probably the most athletic player in the NFL. One. He could probably play 5 different positions right now. And
do you think he's durable?
I don't think anybody's durable.
No.
But like, it's not like he's getting killed, right? He has these weird injuries that, with his style of play, make it hard for him to be able to play. But if you're going to tell me about durability, Deshaun Watson literally doesn't have ACLs, because he's tore ACL in college, tore an ACL in the NFL. I think he's played 1 full year in his career.
Like, only 1 full year.
No, like, I think he's played a couple.
It's either 1 or 2, but he's missed games with injuries.
Injuries, so, like, and other stuff,
like, allegations, but
accusations.
But no, if you're gonna sit here and say Deshaun is the better quarterback, I will not fight you on that. If you're gonna say athlete, you're crazy.
I just think the world has forgotten how electric Deshaun Watson is. Like,
well,
I think
you could forget.
I think we haven't seen him in so long, and with all the distractions and everything, we've literally forgotten what he can do on that field. Like, not all of it, but some of what he does.
I don't think I haven't forgotten, because when I was pounding on the table for the Jets to trade for Deshaun Watson that offseason that we drafted Zach, pounding on the table before everything came out, and like, no
accusations.
Yes, I was screaming from the top of every mountain possible, especially when his team was coming out and say that Deshaun wants to be a Jet. I was like, why are we not making this happen? And then I understand why we didn't make it happen.
It's all good, though, because, we're going to get that first-round pick. Y'all going to get Derek Carr, man. So it's all good. Yes, no way.
We've already done this.
The Jets are not giving a first-round pick.
But I was screaming on the top of the table because of how good Deshaun Watson is, or was. Right now, what we're seeing is not that Deshaun Watson. So it's hard to say these things now.
But no one's going to get on him for this.
But we don't know if he's going to even be that again because of his offense that he's in.
But you know what's funny, Dylan? Even in the 4 games that he played,
he hasn't been bad.
I could easily make an argument that he's already like a top 16, top half quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not a hard thing.
He hasn't been that bad. Like, 4 games.
He stepped on the field and was.
So he stepped on the field and was average.
It was already better
for someone who hasn't played in 2 years.
No, absolutely. Like, he's a great quarterback. He's a great talent.
Once he gets his footing and
a full off season of work
will be interesting to watch next year.
Mm-hmm.
But my point with Lamar is, me and Mike were talking about this before. We both think Lamar's a top 5 quarterback in football. And I don't think right now that's a if.
Who are the top 5 again?
Pat, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, and then pick a quarterback.
Herbert.
I don't think it's Herbert.
Kirk.
I would have put.
You said Kirk Cousins?
I would
Yeah.
put Cousins before.
No, not Kirk Cousins.
I would put Kirk
Go look at
Cousins.
those numbers, boy.
No, his numbers have been great, but some of them games where he's just played awful, it kind of drops him down a little bit. Like,
I mean, that's
You
every
got-
quarterback.
You got
no, but he's had some bad games. Like,
Dakota,
albeit it's been a
Dakota
few.
Rain Prescott,
No, hell no.
Herbert, Trevor,
Carr.
No, Carr.
No,
this year.
not
Not
Carr,
top
no.
five. Not top five. Not top
Not
five.
top five.
There's got to be someone else.
And once you hit those four, it's like, who else?
Then it's like,
And then it's like, okay.
Should Trevor
is
Lawrence
it
be in
Herbert?
that
Is it
conversation?
Trevor?
not top five because
Oh,
all
no,
the
no.
quarterbacks,
If you could
all
make
the
the
quarterbacks
argument
you
for
just
his
named
play,
are better than him though. Herbert's better than him. Jalen's better than him. Who else? Kirk Cousins. He might be.
yeah,
better than
I would put
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins
But
there right now.
It might be Cousins. It
It
might
be Cousins, and that's fine.
For a little bit, it was Tua. For a little bit, Tua.
I was trying to
When
tell
Tua-
that to
when-
Dylan.
When Tua was having those games where he was going nuts
He was going nuts.
against bad defenses, where he had those
No, he did it at Baltimore, man. He went to Baltimore and just posted.
I know.
bananas.
Okay, I'll give you Baltimore. But there's every
Was that
bad
Baltimore
QB
before
is
their defense, everyone got hurt.
Baltimore before their defense got going too, because he still had all them guys trying to.
But Baltimore shut
Baltimore's
down
a good
most of that
defense.
game.
Baltimore has a good
And-
defense, but
And then they went
he
8-10 in the fourth quarter.
And then he went out for that like 3-game stretch, and then came back against the Lions, the Bears, and all those other bad defenses and lit him up. And then he played San Francisco, and they took away where Tua was going to throw because they knew where he was throwing before Tua got to it.
Oh
And
wait,
they
how the hell
realized,
did we forget? How the hell did we forget Jalen Hurts?
I didn't.
I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. I will
You
give you
don't think he's
top.
a top 5?
No, I think I'll give you top 10. I'll give you top 7, like Mike said. But I think as a quarterback, I think there's other options that are better than him right now. That's not even me hating on him. That's
Right
just on
now. By the
right
time
now.
we get
No,
to-
he could
By
absolutely
the time
get
we
there.
get to February, he could be saying something different.
Again,
So just for this year, let's just say just for this year, you don't think he's top 5?
This year, I think Jalen Hurts has been the second best quarterback in football. This year,
I disagree.
Patrick Mahomes is the only quarterback I would take before Jalen.
Josh Allen, you're insane.
I might have to agree with Dylan on that one.
You're
I would
insane.
have to take
Maybe Josh Allen.
before.
All right.
And if you
I'm
want to
not
take a look at
taking Burrow.
numbers
Nope,
too,
not taking Burrow.
it's Joe Burrow.
Nope. I'll
And
take
what
Jalen
Joe
Hurts.
Burrow's doing with that fucking offensive line
Because
again.
Because
Again.
if I put Jalen Hurts on Cincinnati, they're also
You know what?
unbeatable.
I'm sorry, but I might have to take Hurts over Burrow just by a little
I mean,
bit.
that's
If
fine.
Hurts is on
That's
Cincy,
fine. But
that
again,
team's unfucking beatable.
remember,
Yeah.
let's go back to what I said on Sunday. Not all starting quarterbacks are created equal because of their situations. If you put Joe Burrow in fucking Philadelphia,
They're the same team.
they are not the same
They're the
team. Want to know
same
why?
team.
Because Joe Burrow's throwing for 4,800 yards.
They're the same team.
Joe Burrow's throwing for 4,800 yards behind that offensive line and those weapons. His wide receiver talent's great, but Joe Burrow's offensive line is dog shit and is still unbelievable behind that offensive line. Jalen Hurts would be running for his fucking life.
That's why I'm saying Philly will be the same. You put Jalen Hurts on Cincinnati with that dog shit line where he can still make plays since he can get away. Cincinnati becomes the next level.
Let me tell you something that I disagree with, because the pressure for Cincinnati just doesn't come off the edge. It comes the second the ball is snapped. Nobody has the ability to escape that. The worst place to pressure a mobile quarterback is up the middle. And that's where the Bengals have problems. It's right up the middle. The second that ball snapped, Joe has to plant that back foot and throw it real quick. And again, even with all that, he's unbelievable. As a quarterback, like as a thrower of the football, I will take Joe Shiesty every day of the week. And it goes back to what I said in the playoffs last year. Joe Burrow done fucked around and become third best quarterback in football. And he's worked himself into the MVP conversation too.
Not going to win it, though.
No, he's
They'll
not
get
gonna win.
votes.
It's going to be, well, so will Jalen, but it's going to be Pat Mahomes.
Jalen's going to win. I hope he wins.
Oh, you think Jalen's going to win?
I still think he's the MVP of the league.
He missed those games and Pat went sick.
And
It's
Philly
done.
showed why they need him.
They missed those games and Pat. Well, they think about this. They faced the Giants this week, who played all of their bench guys, and the Giants barely lost. and the Eagles put up nothing on offense.
And who won?
Well,
the game?
they also did
Hurts
say
won
that
the
they
game.
were using a conservative playbook too. They also did say that too as well.
Listen, you can make all the excuses you want when it comes to something like that. You can't let a second string Giants team do that.
Listen,
I
Jalen
agree.
Hurts ain't on defense
With the
when
talent.
David Webb is trucking safeties. to get
David
into the end
Webb.
zone.
Davis Webb was unbelievable.
A safety walked into the end
Davis
zone.
Webb made that defense look like they stink, and that's one of the best defenses in football.
So that's not on Jalen.
I mean, the offense is on Jalen.
But I'm saying that game was close because Davis Webb just started going off because they were up 22-0. I mean, they were firmly in control.
Davis Webb was unbelievable. But yeah, no, those Jalen. The only thing, the thing that hurt Jalen the most is him missing those games. Can't win. You can't win when Pat Mahomes is putting up the stats that he put in those games that you're fucking missing. There's really no answer. There's nothing you can say. They did a piece on one of these fucking shows on FS1. I think it was Undisputed. They're like, "Oh, who's the best quarterback under the age of 30?" Are we kidding? Are we really asking that question?
That's not even a question.
It's who would we take instead of Pat Mahomes? After Pat Mahomes off the board, who are you taking? Like that's it. That's the only answer. It's Pat Mahomes next. That's it.
I mean, like as much as we praise Josh Allen and say, yeah, he's up there, upper tier, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes.
He's not
better than Patrick.
But I don't think it's that far though.
I think it's very far. I think it's far and away.
What?
I think
Very far.
Far and away.
I think there's a gap.
The difference between
What gap?
The difference between Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen is Josh Allen sometimes is fucking stupid.
He has the fucking
A few times.
He has the fucking gene where he's
no,
just
he
like,
has this massive. He has too much Brett Favre in him and not enough Dan Marino in him. Where Mahomes is more Dan Marino than Favre.
Well, let's be honest. He's Brett Favre light when it comes to the bad Brett Favre. All right, let's not act like he's doing all the stupid shit.
Josh Allen has the same turnover numbers and completion percentage in the last like 4 weeks as Davis Webb. I mean David Mills. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say that's one game.
David. Mills in Houston. Yeah, Davis Mills in Houston. Josh Allen this year has not been like his best, but even still, not his best is still unbelievable.
Yeah, he was still unbelievable. I mean,
but that's why Brett Favre owned everybody's heart. He owned everybody's heart because when he's gunslinging, it's good. It's
Brett Favre. Take my helmet off.
And then when he throws the interceptions, Brett Favre is trying to win the game.
He's just trying.
He's just trying. That's Josh Allen. Josh Allen's just Brett Favre, but better. So, yeah. Give me Pat Mahomes over. I think it's very, very clear.
So let me ask the question: if the Bills and Chiefs meet this year and the Bills win, does that make Josh Allen a better quarterback?
No,
because
it's a team game.
Patrick Mahomes would have to absolutely stink up the joint, and Josh Allen would have to absolutely throw 5 touchdowns.
Because the reason why I disagree with this gap, because if you look at last year's AFC title game, Josh Allen didn't lose that game. He literally did not get another chance. It literally came down to him not being able to get another chance.
And they gave Pat Mahomes less time than they gave Josh Allen.
And guess who scored? Patrick Mahomes.
But I'm not gonna use that as indictment because they were both great. It's just neither one of those defenses wanted to play football. It just turned out to who got the ball last. Like you can, if that's how you're gonna grade a quarterback, have fun. I'm not gonna grade a quarterback based off of if a team playing one defense versus team. Like it's no secret that Buffalo has a better defense than Kansas City. Like that almost makes Pat Mahomes better because he did better against a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if we're gonna
I mean that defense.
When I sit here and I get mad at y'all when I say wins and losses isn't a quarterback stat. I get, but it is. But then when you look at like certain situations, you literally can't blame a quarterback all the time for wins and losses.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, which goes back to our Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson argument, where he was like, oh, he was balling. He was balling. Yeah, well, they won 4 games. He's like, oh, the wins and losses don't matter. You had bad defense. Oh, now we pick and choose when quarterback's a winning stat and when it's not. Because guess what? The very next year, that team without him, with significantly less talent, won the same amount of games. So what does that tell you?
Tells you the organization sucks. That's what that tells you, man.
It sucks enough to win the same amount of games that you do with an elite quarterback, huh?
And how many games did they win this year?
Well, they don't have the number 1 pick.
But let's recap week 18. A lot was on the line. It was also a weird week. Interesting to see how teams were going to play, with a lot of teams still kind of in the hunt for playoff spots and some teams not. And this got to fall this way, that got to fall that way. But we'll start off the very first game of the week. Kansas City does that thing that Kansas City does, which is promptly pack up Anthony's Raiders again. I just want to point out, for those of you that have been here with the pod the entire time, the Raiders have yet to beat the Chiefs since this pod has started. They have not beaten them one. Nope, you can think.
No,
you
go
have
ahead,
not
Anthony,
done
think.
it.
No, I was trying to remember because we won in Kansas City. Like, I was like, wait, was that before
3 years ago? 4 years ago?
That was the lockout season when we beat them in Kansas City.
Exactly.
And the funny thing is, we almost beat them in Kansas City this year too.
But
you
did.
But you didn't.
But you did.
So we weren't packed up twice. All right, we only packed up one time.
No, you were packed up because the Chiefs are out here doing ring around the rosy before the play starts, and then go out and score on the play. Like,
I am more happy about the fact that they did that than y'all. Trust me, I am, because we will remember that. We will remember that.
You said the same thing last year. You said the same thing last year.
What did I say last year?
You said, "Don't worry, this team's gonna bounce back from that 40 piece they hung up on us, and they're gonna fucking."
And then y'all promptly went to Kansas City and started dancing on their logo before the game, and promptly
got
blown off the field. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna remember that. We're gonna go to Kansas City. We're gonna dance on the logo. Promptly packed.
Death, taxes, Pat Mahomes hangs 40. Like, we were sitting there, and me and Roz are over here arguing about draft positioning for the Jets because he was convinced the Jets needed to lose regardless. Because guess what?
Can we not talk about this?
This is real quick. The Jets went into this week the 13th pick, and if they won or lost, regardless of how the week played out, would have had the 13th pick. And I'm over here screaming from the hilltops to Roz, it doesn't make a difference if these teams don't win. And he's like, nope, math. And I'm like, my math is mathing too, sir. And if you're going to rely on the fucking Raiders, who are going to get XP farmed by the fucking Chiefs, fucking the Titans,
Tennessee,
and all these other teams to win, you're a psycho. You are a complete psycho. And as the weekend's rolling out, every time it happened, I'm like, Roz, my math is mathing. My math is mathing. Didn't make a difference. But yeah, the fucking after the Titans game, we were talking about the Raiders, and he was like, yeah, well, the Chiefs game wasn't that bad. I was like, if the Raiders would have scored a touchdown, the Chiefs would have opened the floodgates. And just to be like, oh, you think you guys can be frisky?
We did score a touchdown, actually.
No, like an actual real-time game-time touchdown. Like a timely touchdown, not when nobody gives a shit. A timely touchdown, they would have been like, all right, four wide.
Heard you.
We're out. Let's run these fucks out. You guys would have had a bad time.
I love their cockiness on the field because we're going to get them next year. When we
Anthony,
do,
you have no idea who your quarterback is.
And Patrick Mahomes is still going to be.
Mike, were you? Mike might have stepped away beforehand, where Anthony was going through like the home schedule next year. He's like, "Oh, we have a very favorable schedule." I'm like, Anthony, you have no idea who your quarterback is.
None.
And all the reports I've been reading are the Raiders are fully prepared to step into next season with Jarrett Stidham at their quarterback. And that's horrible.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we're in the month of January now.
If you guys trotted out Jarrett Stidham, do you guys have your draft pick next year?
Yeah, we have
Oh,
the 7th pick.
Next year.
Next year. I don't
If
know.
you
I
guys
should check.
trot out Stidham, you guys will be putting yourself in perfect situation for
don't worry.
Caleb Williams.
I would say, don't worry, Dylan. They'll have a first round draft pick because they'll promptly get one for Devontae because he's going to be out of it.
Yeah,
Devontae
will get a first.
He's going to be out.
Devontae will get probably 2 firsts.
Don't worry, he'll have
Derek
his
Carr
pick.
will get a 4th.
He will have his pick because Devontae's going to be like
Anthony being convinced Derek Carr could command a first round pick is crazy to me.
I don't think he can get a first. Yeah.
Especially because he has a no trade clause.
Would you? But here's the thing. Let's say he was to get traded. Are you going to be seriously shocked that he can, if he commanded a first with all these quarterbacks in teams?
I would be.
We just did a top 5 QB list, and I was even shocked when we were talking about that. I said to myself, hold up, there's a lot of bad QBs in the NFL right now. There's a lot of really bad ones.
Why give up a first for a guy that if I just wait, I have a better chance of signing in free agency?
But do you?
Yeah, because he'll probably be cut.
I'll roll it.
No, but I'm saying even if he was cut,
you have a better chance. But here's Carr also has a no trade clause, so it doesn't make a difference. The second Carr says I'm going to go to here or here, the Raiders have lost all.
But what makes you think he wants to go to though?
I'm not saying us. I'm just saying in general. That's why I said here or here. Let's say he says he wants to be a fucking New Orleans Saint. Right?
Oh,
you guys have lost all leverage now because the Saints could say, here's a 5th round pick, take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he wants to be a New Orleans Saint, he'll want to be a New Orleans Saint when you guys cut him. So why do I have to give up anything?
Well, look at it like this. Our dead money's $5 million. We'll take it at the end of the day.
Again, you save money cutting him. You save money cutting him or you save money trading him. It's just get the most you can get. But I don't think you guys will get more than a 4th.
We'll do the best we can. We're still going to save money we can use to sign other people.
The fact that you think the Jets would be willing to give up first is crazy. It just shows that you know nothing about the Jets organization. And when you tried to say, you were like, Roz, what do you think? What do you think? And Roz probably comes in like, yeah, JD ain't doing that. It's amazing like how Roz and I are during the season and then after the season. Roz and I are clicking right now because we both just
draft talk
and free agent talk. We just click. The team's philosophy during the season completely different.
It's gotten to the point where I be having to mute messages sometimes. I'm just like, we
go to war every day.
Yeah, every day. It's just like
Jet talk.
You would think Robert Saleh is like the worst human being on planet Earth.
You would think.
You're talking to Raj. You would think he's the worst coach to ever step foot in the NFL.
6 out of 7. 6 out of 7. 6 out of 7.
Don't worry, Robert Saleh's only added 4 more wins this year than he did last year, and has a top 5 defense in football.
I was so confused. I thought at the beginning of the year we all came to consensus that the Jets won at least 7 games. That was like an improvement.
We were arguing because we would like the Jets would be lucky if they get 5. We'd be lucky if they can get 5 or 6. And Dylan and Rods are yelling, no, they're getting 7. They're getting 6. They're getting 7. And then they did. The problem is they did it very fast.
Yeah. Team's young and dumb. It goes back to that. It's the young and dumb team that don't know nothing. And then you lose your 2 best players in that Denver game, and then shit hit the fan. So it's like, okay. And then Mike LaFleur is a fucking idiot. And I hope he gets fired. But hey, it's rough to watch some of the play calling because all he does is run left. Every play, run left.
No, I mean, I've seen worse. Case in point, my team.
He's not lying. He really
HB dive. First down, HB dive. First down, HB dive. We'll switch up. First down, HB draw. Gotcha.
The fact that you guys would be 3rd and 4 and not have Derrick Henry in the game baffles my mind.
Dylan, you, me, Titans.
Baffles my mind.
Like, I should have really gone on and just showed y'all that this isn't just a me thing. Like, if you go on to Titans Twitter or Titans Instagram, all we all wanted collectively is for them to fire that man, as I stated on the other podcast, that man single-handedly ruined our season. He single-handedly did it. We were 7-3. We just beat the Packers. We were the 2 seed. Everything's going great. And then what happens literally not even 5 hours after the game?
That felt like ages ago.
He's arrested for DUI. Him. No other coach, no other player. Him. The Titans have not won a game since he got arrested. Not one game since his DUI.
My favorite thing about this is when this happened, I posted the picture in the group chat because me and Mike were arguing something about the Titans. And then James comments on it. He goes, Dylan, you're nasty. For posting that. I was like, hey, man, it just all comes full circle. And Mike, I know you get so tired of me saying your wide receivers stink, but they have not helped any quarterback this year that has played. You guys have had 3 different quarterbacks play, and your receivers have helped nada.
That's why I can't crucify Todd Downing the way I do. Like,
no, you can.
No, he's a bad quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He deserves to be fired. But
play calling or like whether
those
your receivers
didn't make his job.
Like his play calling and decision
lack of
is terrible.
ability to develop Malik Willis. Malik Willis looks like he's regressed from college. That makes no sense. This is elite
that's
coaching.
Not fair. That's not fair to him. That's not fair to Malik Willis because Malik Willis wasn't like
he wasn't supposed to play this year.
He wasn't great in college.
He wasn't supposed to.
He's a project.
But you gotta show me something. Like flash.
It's hard to trust a kid like that with the experience that he has, with the weapons that he has to throw.
With a win now,
he was horrified to throw the football because of the drops that he had. And then you don't want to make the mistakes and throw the interceptions. I can't blame anything.
He also was in quarterback hell, which is 3-9, 3-12, 3-11. Like
it's over
every time. And then you have a coordinator that clearly doesn't trust you, so you're scared to make a mistake. So you're pressing. Like it's all coaching. It's all coaching. Like all of it is coaching.
Malik Willis was way too over his head, and then he had to do too much with guys who were just dropping passes.
And like, I'm telling, like, honestly, I feel like Tennessee has already won the offseason. Like him being gone, Tennessee, we have already just won 3 more games. That's how I feel already. We need to figure out who our quarterback is, but
there's a lot to be answered. There's a lot to be answered now because
it already feels like a win.
Because I think it's a guarantee that Lawan's getting cut.
I don't think he'll be back.
He's going to get cut because you immediately free up $14 million, and he's convinced he's getting cut. He's on his podcast. He's like, "Oh no, I know I'm getting cut."
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He's like, "You can hire my mom as the GM, and my mom will call me to tell me that I'm cut."
I'm pretty sure. Now, whether or not he comes back, maybe they can rework it. I doubt it, but you never know. He does like playing for Tennessee.
He loves Tennessee.
Maybe he'll take a discount. I doubt. I'm very pro player in that. Fuck him. Get all the money that you can get. Yeah. But if he does, then I would love it because I listen. We need him.
I love Taylor Lewan. I think Taylor Lewan's great. He's a little washed, but
we need him.
Remember when I said Taylor Lewan was washed at the beginning of the season? You laughed at me.
I did. I don't think he's washed. I think
is he washed or just injured?
He just took a step back.
Let's go 2 years ago. Let's go last year. Actually, last year where the first game. He was good 2 years ago. Last year, because he got hurt 2 years ago, right? He had his ACL. So let's go last year before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. He comes last year, opening day, gives up like 6 sacks.
He had a rough one with Chandler.
He was a turnstile for a while coming back from that.
But as the season progressed, he got better.
Yeah. And then
and like I said, this year I thought we was going to be, but I don't think he's washed. I just think he got a little worse. He had to take a step. Washed means he can't play anymore. He can play.
We will see. I don't know about.
I do believe he can still play.
I don't know any offensive linemen who don't have ACLs.
It's tough. It's tough.
It's gonna be very tough to play that position without ACLs.
I don't think he's washed, but he definitely can't get paid the money that he's owed.
Mm-mm.
I can't.
Mm-mm.
He
I
had to
can't
take
live
a
with
pay
that.
cut.
Yeah, I can't
He would
live
have
with
to.
that.
He would have to take half a pay
And that's
half
what
his paycheck.
That's
It'd
what
be
I'm
cut in
saying. Like,
half.
if he decides to go somewhere else and someone pays him, I can't be mad at that.
Vegas will pay him.
because I'm pro-play. Go get your money.
They're already campaigning for it.
So,
They're already
but let's
campaigning for it.
we can talk about week 18. Y'all can sit here and argue with me if you want about the Titans game. I already told y'all in the chat. I'm not arguing with y'all. I know what my eyes saw. I saw that man get hit. I saw the ball go forward 10 yards, which you're going to tell me it's a fumble.
Here we go.
Listen, you say what you want. I know Tennessee led that game for 57 minutes. That's what I know. I know everything was going right until that phantom ass call. So, am I upset? I am upset, but
So what are you implying, Mike?
I take solace in knowing that Tennessee more than likely would not have beaten. We wouldn't have beaten the Ravens anyway. So the Chargers, I mean, but y'all can say, hey, Tennessee lost.
Please
We
take
played.
a clean
We
look at
played
that.
great. Our defense played great. Again, it hurts when we have two games, Kansas City and Jacksonville, where our defense played good enough to win, and a rookie quarterback got us one time, and a phantom call got us another time.
God, all this explaining.
But no, Tennessee lost. Congratulations to Jacksonville.
Mike,
I have no idea who's winning that game, but congratulations.
We cannot.
I'm not
here.
We'll be here for 8 hours. You're not going to.
That was as clear as day a fumble.
I don't know,
Mike, but he didn't have the ball in his hand.
Yes,
it was knocked loose before he threw the ball.
No, the ball started moving as his hand is going forward, which means he still has control if it's going forward. It didn't go forward because of the fumble. It went forward because he was holding it.
That's ball. He had the ball down here to throw.
No,
it
he
got
did not.
hit.
The ball
it was
came
loose,
out when he was
and
like
he
this.
threw it like that. That is a fumble in every facet of the fucking game.
That was not a fumble. I know
Titans fans will disagree.
Not a fumble.
Because they think it's not real. That was very much so a fumble. Very much so a fumble. And it's okay.
He got
the NFL is
hit
out.
From behind, and the ball went forward 10 yards. Yes.
That's actually how it would happen regardless.
Because momentum. He was throwing the ball. That's the
you
momentum.
Could actually, if I'm sitting here like this, about to throw the ball, if I get hit from behind, where's that ball going?
It's going to go forward.
This way.
Is it going to go forward 10 yards unless you push it?
Mike, he didn't have a grip of the ball.
Dylan, it
was out of his hands
to go that far unless he was doing this when he got hit. It's impossible for that.
The ball is out. Let's see. We have this right here. This is me having the ball, right? This was the ball when he's on his way up. He doesn't have possession of the ball. He basketball shot it. He did not have the ball. The ball was out of his hands. He no longer had possession of the ball. That is a fumble.
Held forward because he had the ball and it got knocked out of his hand forward in that direction.
At first, I was with you. I was very with you that I was like, that's not a fumble. And then they slowed it down again. And I'm like, oh, nope, that's a fucking fumble. Not even because I wanted the Titans to lose, because I will fight. I will fight every call if I think it's wrong, regardless if it's my team or I'm rooting against. I'll call shit a bad call if it's a bad call. That was not a bad call. I'm very fair in those instances. I was calling false starts the whole Jet game because the fucking right tackle was
false starts.
Every fucking
happening in that Jaguars game, like it was a shit show.
It was a very poorly officiated game, but that fumble was not one of those calls.
Regardless, we lost. Jacksonville wins.
I was 1 point from predicting the score correctly because I said 2017.
But you were wrong.
I said 21.
I was wrong. Yeah, Anthony, what did you predict the score to be? Fucking like 35 to 40?
I said 23. I know he predicted 40 points. Like, bro.
31-24. All right.
Meanwhile, Tennessee hasn't given up 30 points. They've given up 30, I think, twice all year. But okay. But anyway,
Yeah,
one of that was
when it comes to scores, Anthony's terrible.
But one of those was to the Jaguars, though. So
to be fair, that is a good point. That is a good point. But Anthony, when it comes to score, Anthony loves just whenever he predicts games, 30. 30 is the baseline. The winning team has to score 30. Yeah. He can never predict a game that's like 17 to fucking 10 or 17-13. It always starts with 30.
And
it's a good baseline.
Shout out, as stated on this show. Actually, now that I think about it, I actually got that right because I said the Dolphins were going to get in because you can't trust the Jets for anything. And then,
to be fair, the Dolphins also almost fucked up.
They did.
Fucked around and lost that game.
They did. And I was very happy for a little while because I thought the Steelers, I thought Mike Tomlin was going to do it, and I couldn't wait.
Still has a winning season. Still has a winning season.
He still got his 9 wins, so I'm still happy about that. Shove it, Pittsburgh. But
you want to talk about fickle fans?
Oh. I was so
Steelers
happy
fans screaming for Tomlin to be fired all year, just for him to come back and still have a winning record
and almost make the playoffs. If the Jets could do anything right.
My boy was so mad at work. He's like,
I don't understand what the world was expecting out of Joe Flacco and 3 fourth-string linemen.
I thought the Jets had a chance until I saw Flacco was starting. Once I saw Flacco was starting,
wait, bro, what do you mean? But if you thought. So who did you think they had a chance with, though? Like,
the other guy,
Mike White.
No, not even Mike White. I
think Zach would have been fine too, but Mike White literally couldn't play.
Game. Zach would have won that game. But
that's the thing. I don't know. Zach is terrible
once Flacco came out there, good night.
There is not a quarterback worse under pressure than Zach Wilson. Like statistically, there is not a worse one. He is the worst quarterback under pressure in all of football, and you mix that up with 3 fourth-string linemen, and then Laken Tomlinson, who, since he's been a Jet, has forgotten how to football, doesn't make it for a great mix. So, again, I said before the game, the Jets will be lucky to have 150 yards total on offense. They had 170.
Horrendous.
So, horrendous. And that's with Garrett Wilson having a fucking unbelievable game, too. He is him.
Mm-hmm.
But he only do so much when nobody could really get him the ball in the red zone. There was a play where he had 3 guys all within 2 feet of him, and he didn't get tackled. And then he ran for 30. Garrett Wilson's unbelievable, man.
Before we move on to the NFC, where do you have, since we're ranking tonight, where do you have him in wide receivers?
I have to take a look. I haven't done a wide receiver ranking. I don't think I have him in the top 10. I don't think he's
in the top 20.
I think he is in the top 20. I think if you put,
I'd have to think about it.
If you go through every team's number 1 wide receiver, he is better than I think everybody but Christian Kirk in your division. I think in the AFC West, he's not better than Devontae. I think Sutton.
He's not better than Mike Williams.
He's not. No, I think that's the only division where I don't think
he's not better than Mike Williams. He's not better than
Keenan Allen.
He's not better than Keenan Allen.
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself and say he is.
I don't think he's better. Well, no, he's better than Renfro.
No, he's not better than Devontae, but he's on any of those teams.
Yeah, he's better than Renfro.
He's wide receiver. Besides the Chargers, he's wide receiver 2 on any of those teams. If you go in the AFC North, he's
not better than Chase.
He's not better than Chase.
He's 3 on the Bengals. He's 3.
No, that's fair. I think he's better than every single wide receiver on the Ravens.
I would say
the Ravens. Remember when I said that at the beginning? Remember when I said that at the beginning of the season, and y'all fucking swore to me that the Ravens have a good wide receiving core? There's a reason why they can't pass the ball effectively. They don't have wide receivers,
and it's not Lamar.
No, they've been running the same scheme for years. His receivers either drop the ball or they don't get open.
I think he's better than every receiver on the Browns.
I think he's also better than every receiver on the Browns.
I don't think he's.
I think he's better than Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper didn't put up enough.
No, he's better.
Go look at Amari. Go look at Amari's stats.
Cooper didn't do that great this year.
Go look at his stats. You'd be surprised. Amari had a ball in last year, actually.
I have to
nobody throwing him the ball. Amari Cooper
You
actually
want to
had
talk
a
about
good
nobody
year.
throwing somebody the ball?
And Amari still put up the numbers.
Amari Cooper had the same amount of yards and more touchdowns.
How many more?
5.
5 more touchdowns.
Yeah, and guess what? Garrett
Amari
Wilson had 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the ball this year.
Amari,
if he had if Garrett Wilson had
he didn't have Deshaun Watson
or
all year.
if Garrett Wilson had Jacoby Brissett all year, we're looking at 1,400 yards and fucking 7 tunners for Garrett Wilson. As far as the AFC East, he is the
Number 1 on the
4th best. He is the 4th best wide receiver in the division.
Yep. It's Diggs, Hill, Waddle.
Excuse me?
Diggs, Hill, Waddle.
Whoa. Diggs,
Hill, Waddle.
Yeah, Diggs, Hill, and Waddle.
He's better than Gabriel Davis.
No,
yes, he is.
Not.
Yes, he is.
Not better than
he's better than
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
No, he is not. He would be number 3 on Baltimore. On Buffalo, excuse me. He is not better than Gabe Davis.
Well, he'd be in the slot because he kills in the slot. But no, he's better than Gabriel Davis. Go look at those numbers. Gabriel Davis isn't even a 1,000-yard receiver.
He's better than
and he was supposed to be a 1,200-yard receiver this year, picking up the offensive the share of catches for that they lost from Cole Beasley and one of their other wide receivers that they lost. But he's good, but he's not better than Garrett Wilson.
I think he's better than Garrett, but that's one of those
NFC East. He's not better than AJ Brown. He's not better than Devontae Smith.
He's not
better than Terry.
He's not better than Terry. He's not better than CeeDee.
CeeDee Lamb.
I would argue CeeDee Lamb. I'm not a big CeeDee Lamb guy. But he's better than
CeeDee Lamb.
I would argue that, but that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and fight you guys on that because I can see where you're coming from too. Like, I'm not blind here, like Mike thinks I am. I'm not.
Blind.
I'm not. He's better than every wide receiver on the Giants and every wide receiver. All of those wide receivers on the Giants confused together to make one wide receiver, and they still would not be better than Garrett Wilson.
NFC South.
I think he's better than anybody on the Falcons. I think Drake London is very good, but I think Garrett Wilson is better than everybody on the Falcons.
That's debatable, though.
I don't know if he's better than Drake London. Drake London is nasty.
Drake London's nasty, but Garrett Wilson is nastier.
No, that's
that could go either way.
Either way, like all right,
that's an either way one.
Drake London.
I'm not even gonna argue that one.
I think the Saints is better than any receiver on the Saints.
If Michael Thomas ever plays football again,
but you can't base it off that, though.
Yeah, Olave and him are close, but at the end of the day, he has a better quarterback situation.
I think
Olave has a better quarterback situation and less yards, less catches.
I think he's better than Olave.
The reason why I have to give Garrett Wilson better than Drake London is he has more yards and more catches than every rookie wide receiver in football.
That's great, but
with bums throwing him the ball again. You give me Marcus Mariota,
guys, and
you don't watch enough Garrett Wilson then to say
but Marcus Mariota is not.
I know
Marcus Mariota is significantly better than anything that I have.
Mariota's better than everything.
Significantly better.
That doesn't mean that he's all world, though.
I'm not saying he is, but imagine if you give me just an average quarterback. Again, an average quarterback gives me 14.
How do you think Mariota's average? I think he's mediocre.
I have a D- quarterback room. I have a D- quarterback room.
Which is also true.
Yeah, like anything's better. He's not better than Mike Evans.
He's not better than Mike.
NFC West. He's not better than Debo.
Not better than Debo.
He's
not better than Lockett.
He's not better than Cup.
He's better than every other wide receiver on that team, though.
Has DK had a great year?
Not better than D-Hop.
No, I wouldn't say he's better than D-Hop.
Not better than D-Hop. I mean, I feel like we named about 15 to 20. I wasn't keeping count, but I feel like.
So if you put it like that, he could be in that conversation.
Maybe he's like right
but
there.
That's where it's like we're going off of opinion. If you're going off of numbers, he's like, I think he's 18.
But I mean, he has better numbers than D-Hop, who missed the first 6 games.
No, but then you get to those guys, like that's why we don't really understand what to do with Michael Thomas.
Yeah, like Got to
like
throw eye
there's
test
clearly
in
your
here a
top.
little bit.
Yeah, but then it's like my eye test is biased apparently,
Yes,
but
you
you
have
don't
green
watch
eyes.
enough. But you don't watch
You have
enough.
green eyes, so.
But yeah, but you don't watch enough. Garrett
So,
Wilson. I feel like if you watch more Garrett Wilson, you'd be like, okay. I feel like you're just tired of hearing me talk about Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner that you watch with a different different lens because you're like, I just want them to shut up, and you're gonna nitpick. But then if you watch them without that, you're like, okay, all right, I'm sorry. that I think is 100% true. Because you're not denying it.
Well, I mean, I don't watch him as much as you do, so I'm not gonna sit here and say I do because I don't.
No, but I also like when it comes to wide receivers, I watch a ton of wide receivers. I watch a ton of football. I watch tape. I watch tons of fucking tape. That's why it's like whenever I give my analysis to somebody like Treylon Burks for a reason, it's not because he's a Titan or on the Titans. I don't give a fuck if he's on the Titans. He could have been anywhere else and I'd be talking the same shit about him that I'm talking currently. It doesn't matter.
I feel like he's going to have a very good second year, though.
He fucking better because his routes
agree.
stink and he's too big and strong to be fucking bad at running routes and catching the ball.
But as the year was going on, he was getting better.
His route running got better, but his hands are still feet.
You can work on that. You can work on
Some
that.
people can. Some people can't. If
We'll
that's true, Devin Hester would be a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
He couldn't run routes, though.
He couldn't do anything. He couldn't do anything on offense. Throwing the ball, he was dropping it.
Do you want to take your victory lap about Aaron Rodgers losing?
No, he's not washed.
He is washed. Absolutely washed.
It was enough. It was a tough night for us, Anthony, because it was hard to.
When he's throwing,
but the argument,
sitting here just screaming. Wow.
No, but the thing is, hold on, wait, but I forgot who made this point in the chat. Someone said you can't call someone washed after one bad year. You can't say someone's washed. That's not a good metric for it. Like.
Because that's literally when it starts. So let's say he has this bad year, and then next year, wherever he is, he has a similar year.
That's absolutely washed.
Started.
That's absolutely, but
you would say it started the first year he was washed. I'm just getting ahead of the pack. I could say I was first. Because if it indeed turns out that wherever he plays next year, whether it's in Green Bay or anywhere else, if he plays,
he's gonna play.
If he retires, the last thing you remember is Aaron Rodgers being washed. What do you say to that? What do you say?
But that wouldn't make him washed. That means he only had 1 year of being back. He would just retire after that year.
Yeah, because he was washed. He realized he was bad, and he retired.
I don't even think it's bad. I just think his motivation. He doesn't have the motivation anymore. He doesn't have.
It's like what Tom Brady says. Gone. Tom Brady said, when he starts to suck, he'll retire.
He must be retiring because
he must be retiring. So now,
I think those two are complete opposites. I think that Aaron still has the physical talent and just doesn't have the heart, doesn't have the fire anymore. I think Brady absolutely has the fire and the heart, but
we'll see body, it because I have them going on a run.
The body and the skills, I think.
Who's more likely to retire between the two?
Aaron
Rodgers.
Aaron. Brady will play. You'll have to carry that man off the field. I told you, he's out in these streets now. He's single Tom Brady. Oh, that man playing for another 5 years.
I don't know
Tom Brady.
Don't put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Single Tom Brady? Oh yeah, he's out here. He's in these streets.
Amy lives in Florida.
It's only a matter of time before we see
net worth $200 million.
I mean, he lives in Tampa. Ain't nothing good happens in Tampa.
What?
He has to drive 3 hours to get to where all the honeys are.
The honeys will come to him, Dylan.
It's
Come
Tampa.
on now.
It's Tom Brady.
They will listen, Dylan. The honeys will drive 3 hours to come to his house.
It's Tom Brady.
You don't need to go.
The honeys don't have cars because they are thoughts, so they will have to Uber.
Tom Brady will
find
thoughts on a mission.
Tom Brady will fly.
You ever mess with a thought on a mission? They will find a way to make shit happen.
I am a faithful man. I have never dealt with a thought on a mission. I don't look at any other women. Janice, I love you.
Yeah, Tom Brady's. Yeah. So
Tom Brady's just a part of that team that just needs to get to the playoffs, and then something's gonna happen.
We're here, and that actually will bring us right into our next subject. We have the teams. The tournament is here. Here are the teams that made it. Shout out to the Seahawks.
I saw the Jaguars for a second. I was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, they won.
It's so weird seeing them there.
Duval. I should have put a picture of Lil Duval in here. Just started shouting Duval.
Here are your squads. So I'll bring up the bracket also because I know Dylan.
There are 3 birds.
I know Anthony doesn't do good with non-pictures. There you go. There you go. That's nice and easy for you. We can't see you right now, Anthony, but we'll let you go first. I'll simplify it for you. We'll do the NFC first. I want this weekend's picks, and then after we do this weekend's picks, we will do our superb owl picks.
Ooh.
And I will try and I'm still trying to get in contact with Ross. See if I can get his picks for this week so he doesn't get. But don't worry, guys.
He'll actually commit to a pick.
We'll make him put it in the chat. So we'll have our nice, pretty graphic for next week.
Ross does the thing he does very, very well. When you're like, oh, who's going to win, the Dallas Cowboys or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I think either one of them can win. Thanks,
so,
Ross.
yes, Anthony, NFC. You can pick whichever game you want to start with first. Giants, Vikings, Seattle Niners, Dallas.
I'll start from top down.
Do you still want the graphic up, or do you want us to see you?
No, you can keep the graphic down.
Alrighty. That means you talk. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I have the Giants winning. I have the Giants winning to the tune of 31-28.
Oh, here we go. See baseline 30.
Here you
go. F-Tax, Anthony predicts team scoring 30.
31-28, I have the Giants winning. I just think that they smell blood. Once they saw that they're going to go to Minnesota again, after they almost won, I think they're ready. I think they're going to take that. And I don't trust the Vikings. I wanted to. Kirk Cousins has done great for me in fantasy, but I don't trust him. I don't trust that team. They won too many close games. I mean, you can't have a whole damn season off just winning these one-score games and then having the ugly losses that they've had. Like, it's just too suspect for me, honestly. I just like the Giants' chances. Yeah. Seahawks and 49ers. God, I want Geno to win so bad, but common sense has to rule the day. I'm going to do
Stanford. Have that?
What?
You have that?
Fuck you. I got the 49ers winning 35-17. And then what?
No, go ahead.
Oh. And Dallas and Tampa Bay. Whew. Tom Brady. I got the Buccaneers winning 23-20.
Oh my God, there's not a 30.
He must think Brady stinks.
Like he's washed.
Let me just recap before I'll bring this back up for you in a second, Anthony. But I forgot to recap. So November 9th, we did our midway predictions for the awards. Anthony had Kenneth Walker to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe. Anthony had Sauce winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. Stephon Diggs winning Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons to win Defensive Player of the Year. Consensus, we all picked Micah Parsons to win Defensive Player of the Year at the midway point. Anthony has Josh Allen to win MVP. He picked Mike Vrabel to win Coach of the Year. And there was no bold selection for you, Anthony. Okay.
Mike Vrabel was such a good pick during that time.
Who?
Mike Vrabel was such a good pick during that time.
It sounded good before our offensive coordinator ruined the season.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry. A lot of the picks that were made at that time were great picks at that time.
That's why I wanted to bring it back up, just to show you how much a couple months can change everything. Dylan has Damian Pierce as Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sauce to win Rookie of the Year. Tyreek Hill to win Offensive Player of the Year. I don't think that's gonna happen either.
Nope.
Michael Parsons, like I said. Dylan actually had Jalen Hurts to win the MVP. And Dylan has Dable to win Coach of the Year, pending, but as a caveat here, Salah to win if the Jets make the playoffs. So the Jets,
which would have been if that would have happened, Salah would have been like, it's going to be hard to argue either one of them.
Roz would have still found a way to not give it.
Roz would have been like, it doesn't matter. He had a winning record and still has a losing record as a coach.
So we were able to pin Roz down. He also picked Damian Pierce. He picked Tyreek Woolen to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Just because he didn't want to be a homer.
He also picked Tyreek Hill for Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons. He picked Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP. And, of course, his favorite coach in all of the league, Brian Dable, to be Coach of the Year.
That man loves Brian Dable.
Loves Brian Dable. And then he gets mad at me when I tell him to go root for the Giants. He gets so mad at me. He goes, stop telling me to root for the Giants. I will not.
I also picked Kenneth Walker. I picked Tyreek Woolen. I picked Tyreek Hill. We were all on this Tyreek Hill train.
Well, remember, Tyreek Hill was the first receiver to reach 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he was going sick.
Point and was going sick, and then Tua got 1 million concussions.
Yeah, and then I also, as I have been all year, obviously Jalen Hurts for MVP, and I also predicted Dable to be Coach of the Year.
I would like to change some of my answers, please.
I think we all would like to change
because I have a wrench to throw in for the Coach of the Year.
I think we talked about this, right, Dylan?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So go ahead.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, he can.
I think there's no coach who has a better argument for Coach of the Year than him.
He's
had
strong
3
argument.
different starting quarterbacks come in there and all play well. And it's unbelievable that you can do that. Usually once your quarterback gets hurt, it's the kiss of death.
That is unbelievable.
And then you have your second string quarterback come in, get hurt. Oh, wow, no, now it's really the kiss of death. No, Brock Purdy just follows the system perfectly, and they just call the plays the same way they would if Jimmy G was playing. Okay, cool. Let's just keep it moving. Unbelievable case. It's very difficult to not just hand him that award.
No, but the thing is, you got to give it to Dable, though.
You don't have to.
See, here's my thing. The reason why I'm pissed off the Lions didn't make the playoffs because I would have thrown Dan Campbell.
You could still give Dan Campbell that award.
Throw Dan Campbell in there.
You could give Dan Campbell that award for how the Lions fought.
Like what he's done with that.
The level of pettiness is something I can only dream to achieve, but I have a partner in crime on this podcast who believes that ain't shit. Fuck petty. Guess what? If we would have been petty and won that game, we still would have the 13th pick, Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't have made a difference.
He's going to be blowing up the chat tomorrow morning.
But no, I agree with you, Dylan. I think Shanahan has a very good argument. I still would give it to
almost
Dable.
want to go and put money on him. winning that award.
See, my thing is, I don't know if they have the momentum. Like, I feel like,
I think they do.
I feel like, as weird as it sounds, San Francisco, even though everyone's picking San Francisco, it feels like they're like over there. Like, they don't get the coverage during. Everybody just picks them and expects them to
over
win.
There, Michael. That's why they don't get the coverage.
But I'm saying, like, we hear about the Cowboys all the time. We hear about the Eagles, all the NFC East teams, and like everyone picks the Niners. Everyone picks them to win every week, but like they don't get any coverage. We don't listen to Shanahan's post games. We don't like none.
But we don't get any. That's why we don't get any of that.
But I feel like you need to be sexy to get this pick. Like, there's no. I don't know.
If anything, the Coach of the Year award is more of a gritty award than anything. Like, you have to be a gritty son of a bitch to win that award.
Kyle is definitely a candidate. I just think Daboll's going to win.
You think they might give it to Nick Sirianni?
They could if they would have continued to win.
Yeah,
then
I think
he has zero. Like, there's no way he couldn't.
14-3, 15-2. I think. Very, very strong.
But then last year they were a playoff.
Yeah, but they are
14. They're a playoff team.
But they could have had one loss, and they finished with 3. So I think that hurt. I think that took it away from him, even though it's not.
Yeah, they would have had to have the best record in football
easily
for him to get it.
And I just don't think he'll get votes, but
it's
he won't
win. It's hard to give a playoff coach back-to-back years the Coach of the Year for being a playoff coach.
Even though he made great improvement.
Great improvement in the situation that he's in, it would be almost impossible for him not to be a playoff team.
Or they would have had to finish with this record with Jalen Hurts not playing more. If Jalen had missed more games, then I think he could have made the argument. But I don't think he'll get enough to win. He'll get votes because they have the best record in football, but I don't think he'll win. I think Daboll's going to win because I don't care who you are, nobody had the Giants sniffing the playoffs, let alone winning 10 games. No, they won 9 games. But still,
and a tie.
No one had them sniffing this.
And even I wouldn't give it to last game.
I wouldn't
give it to the Eagles
purely because of the tie. Purely because of the tie. If you can't win or lose a football game, you stink.
Nah.
Granted, like, they help in the grand scheme of things if you could win games, but if you got a tie in your record, you're disqualified for me.
I would love for Dan Campbell to win the award. I just think they're going to give it to Dave.
Love Dan Campbell, but
love him. Me and Dylan at the beginning of the year, we both, I don't know if he didn't have the courage to actually pick them to do something.
Yep.
But we love
the Lions were that team where it's like
me and Dylan were like, man, there's something about that.
They're a decent defense away from being a fucking problem.
Being scary.
Problem.
Shout out to Jared Goff too, because he's gotten a lot of shit.
Shout out to Jared Goff.
Jared Goff's lying for a while now. Before they're talking about moving on from him, he's a line for a while.
He's earned his check.
Yeah, he's earned that check.
Geno Smith has also earned that check.
Geno's going to win Most Improved Player. Like, I don't even think it's a contest.
It's him and Saquon. Or comeback player.
He's comeback player. I think
it's him and Saquon, but I think
he's caught Saquon. I think
Geno got it. Geno brought them to the playoffs.
He brought them to Saquon brought the Giants to the playoffs, but I really think did you know that Geno has the best pass rating in football?
Yes.
The best. Number 1. Uno.
Yeah. Isn't he the Seahawks passing leader too?
No, because
single season.
Oh, for the Seahawks, maybe.
Yeah.
The Seahawks in the league, no, because I think Pat almost got 5, didn't he?
Yeah, Pat's at like 48.
Yeah, I think Pat almost got 5.
But shout out to the Seahawks, man.
But shout out to Geno Smith, man. Yo, that brother balled out. Balled out. Deserves the raise that he's gonna get, whether it be from Seattle or
Seattle's gonna lock him up for a few years. Like Anthony was saying that Seattle won't pick a quarterback. No, Seattle's picking a quarterback in the draft, and they're gonna sit behind Geno for 3 years.
With all them holes at defense, you think they're gonna pick a quarterback?
Holes?
What? The run defense is atrocious. The hell you mean what holes, man?
It is, but
you could
that whole line is full of holes.
No, you could adjust to that.
Seattle's got a decent defense.
They have one of the better passing defenses in football.
You're gonna see
and the run defense, they were getting ran all over the whole.
That's why your 35 points is hilarious because they're gonna hold San Francisco to about 24 points. The problem is they're only
like they did it during the regular season.
They're just gonna score like 13.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the
Gino's
problem.
worst 2 games of the season came against the Niners.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you're gonna be surprised. They're gonna hold San Francisco. San Francisco's not gonna run up and down the field on them. Problem is they ain't gonna score.
Yeah, they play. Seattle does a really good job playing up to their competition. But if you are the Seahawks, no matter how good Gino is, this is Gino's 10th year.
Well, I mean, I'm the only one who gave predictions. I mean, y'all didn't give me our predictions.
He's in the 10th year of the NFL, and he has started 1 season. He'll get a 3-year deal. I'd give him a 3-year deal because that would bring him to like 35, 36.
2 and an option.
Because not every quarterback plays past that. Like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are the anomaly. And that
Ben
quarterbacks
Roethlisberger and the Breezes and all that.
Like, the
Those
best
Hall
of all
Fame
time.
quarterbacks.
The greatest of all time. Do that. Or average to above average quarterbacks retire at some point.
But Dylan, you're making my argument for me why you only give him 2 years.
Yeah.
Because nobody does this.
There's no proof.
He's going to fall off the cliff.
Yeah, there's no proof of this. If he doesn't, good on him.
I know. If he does, great.
If he doesn't, good on him. But if you're the Seahawks, you have to have your next guy learn from the professional because Gino learned how to be an adult. And that was his problem early in his career. He was a fucking idiot.
That and the Jets fan base destroyed his confidence.
So here's the thing. I disagree with you. I disagree with
you.
I disagree with you on that because he's out there flipping off the fans standing on the bench.
Why
that was after exactly, Dylan. He didn't just walk up there and decide, oh, you know what? I hate you guys. Like, no, there was a reason.
Gino had an attitude problem before that. Gino, Cap, go watch him at West Virginia. Go watch him on draft night. Gino was supposed to be a first-round quarterback, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't. Never was supposed to be because the quarterbacks in that draft were terrible. Do you remember who the first quarterback taken in that draft was?
No.
Buffalo Bills with the 15th pick.
EJ Manuel.
EJ Manuel.
Oh, God.
Out of Florida State University.
What happened to EJ Manuel?
I don't know.
Sucks. That's what happened to him.
In college. He was good in college.
Here's a quick one for you, Mike. No FSU quarterback is actually good in the NFL. So let's keep moving. Geno Smith was not supposed to be a first-round quarterback. Geno Smith's agent fed him this sick information that Geno was going to be taken in the first round. Day one goes by. He doesn't get picked. Fired his agent immediately because he wasn't a first-round pick. Goes in there and is immediately an asshole to most of the team because he thinks he's better than everybody. Played really well his rookie year. I was a big fan of Geno Smith. Started to fuck up. Got mad that fans were getting mad at him.
Because the Jet fans are unbelievably impatient.
New York fans are unbelievable. Anthony, the fan base has nothing to do with the culture of the team. It has nothing to do with the culture of the team. If that's the case, you guys wouldn't have a culture.
So you think those 12s over in Seattle have nothing to do with the culture?
That's not culture. You can't. How do you coach fans?
It's culture.
You don't. The culture is brought in and is coached, Anthony.
It goes beyond the players, dog. It's the whole organization. It's the fans. It's the community.
Fans are not part of culture. That's stupid.
Oh my God! Okay, they're not part of culture, dog. Come on, dude.
I think it's in the middle. I think Anthony's putting too much stock in it.
He's putting
I don't
way too
think
much
you're
stock
putting
in
enough in it, Dylan.
Not into the point where it's like when you talk about culture, you talk about
college.
leadership in the locker room and the impact that you have within the organization and everybody being aligned. The fans can help with that, but the fans aren't directly responsible for it or held accountable to culture.
But I think the fans impact the culture because the fans do impact decisions that the front office makes.
Absolutely do.
So from that point,
all those feeds, all those blogs, all those community opinions,
but not as much as Anthony.
Not as much as Anthony's giving it credit for.
So that's what I mean. It's in the middle somewhere. But I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
But yeah, if you're gonna sit here and get booed, what would be the correct thing to do, Mike?
Take it. Go
to your press conference and be like, "That's on me. I fucked up," and then you keep moving. What's the thing you're not supposed to do in New York, Mike? Go onto the stands in the middle of a home game, take your helmet off, and give the crowd the double birds.
While you're losing.
And Mike, let's go to the next thing. Let's go to the off season. What's something you're not supposed to do?
I forgot what he did that off season.
Is
that the off season he got punched?
That's the offseason. He got pushed by IK and Polly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He supposedly
that one, you blame him for that.
Do you know what happened? Do you know
Dylan,
the situation?
You cannot. I don't care what he says to you. He is the starting quarterback. He is the franchise. You cannot hit him. You cannot. I don't care what he says to you. You cannot.
Would you like me to tell you what he said to him?
He has on the red jersey. I understand as a man, like there's rules and there's
a reason IK and Polly didn't play football.
But you cannot hit him.
Let's go through what Geno Smith said to this young man.
Thought that man was going to hit him because you cannot hit him.
Yeah, Geno thought he was untouchable until he got touched.
And then Jet fans started blaming Geno
because it was Geno's fault. Why are you doing this? So, for those of you who don't know, IK and Polly, when he first got to the NFL, was holding a bunch of football camps for his kids back home. He asked Geno, and Geno said he would do it. So, IK and Polly paid for his flight, paid for all the accommodations for him to come out there, just for Geno to just ghost him. Mm-hmm. So, when approached about it, Geno laughed at him and said, "Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not giving you shit."
Because IK asked him for the money back, right?
Yes, he said, "Hey, you blew me off. I paid for your stuff. Let me get my bread back." And Geno laughed at him and said, "Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not giving you shit."
Now, that's the story. What Geno is absolutely wrong. But you cannot hit him for that, Dylan.
Anthony, would you say it's Geno's fault for getting punched in the face? Would you say he might have deserved that?
Two things are true at the same time. One, he probably did deserve it, but still at the same time, you can't do shit like that.
Like, I'm not saying IK and Polly is correct for punching Geno in the face, but I am saying Geno was me, I probably would.
Yeah, I would have had to throw something at him. Like, that's
something. Like
Geno was a bit of an asshole when he first got to the NFL.
And let's not state that he just hit him. He broke Like
Geno lost the starting job
because of
Ryan Fitzpatrick because of this.
That's why
he lost the team. He lost the media and he lost the team. So yes, that is. But if that punch never happens, and Geno you know what Geno is? He's Carson Wentz that year that he almost won MVP. No one on the team likes him. I'm not saying they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Carson Wentz was balling before he got hurt.
I'm not saying Geno was going to be MVP, but I'm just saying he balls out. You would think that the trajectory that Geno was going, the Jets would have been fighting for a playoff spot. The media, like, all would have been well. It would have been great.
I mean, the next that same season, the Jets won 10 games with Fitzmagic.
So exactly. So
and
like
he was Jets, not, but Fitzmagic he was not because Ryan Fitzpatrick did that thing he does, where he just plays really good in a contract year, gets the contract, and stinks. Like his tails all the time.
Because he wanted that back. I remember that.
And the Jets didn't want to give him it back because they knew what was up.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, they know.
And it came in true too.
Yeah. So Geno early in his career was a shithead.
But he got ran out of town by the Jet fans and the media. And the media.
But deservedly so. He was a dickhead. He was very much so a dickhead.
Things can be true.
He was too big. He thought his head was way too big for what he actually was, and then he got humbled a ton because then he got to play for the crosstown rivals and the Giants. And he was part of that controversy of Eli Manning getting benched,
which was ridiculous.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going out there and do well." And it was so bad they benched him for Eli Manning again.
And by the way, I just want to point out something that to this day bothers me to no end.
As the Giant fan that you are,
Geno Smith is the only black starting quarterback in Giants history. The only one. It's him and him. That's it. That bothers me I don't even have time in this episode to go into how much that bothers me. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out because that whole situation with Eli was crazy. And then, because you don't even think about it, and then come to find out, oh, Gino's making history. He's the first black starting quarterback. It's fucking 2016. What are we talking about? The first black, and then when you start and you think about it, you're like, you know what? I don't ever remember seeing a giant quarterback.
Sims, it's Eli, it's Kurt Warner, it's Jeff Settler, it's Phil Sims, it's Kerry Collins, it's fucking
not one black, just white. Like what? So yes, but yes, he goes to the Giants. That situation, that was the what's that idiot's name?
Oh my god, with the mustache.
With the mustache.
Oh my
wiped him
god.
from my memory because that was just
he was
that
terrible.
Was dark ages right there.
Bad head coach.
You want to talk about bad culture, Anthony? That was a shit show.
You go bench the only starting quarterback the Giants have had for over a decade for the first time in his career.
First time.
Was it Coughlin?
No, it was after Coughlin. McAdoo.
Bob McAdoo.
Ben, not Bob.
Oh, Ben
McAdoo.
Don't you disrespect Bob McAdoo.
And then he's out of the Giants. He goes to the Chargers.
And he just sits there.
He just sits. Just
sits there.
From the Chargers, goes to Seahawks, sits.
Sitting. Then Russ got hurt. I remember he got hurt, and Gino had to play
was balling.
A game where they they needed for the playoffs, and he balled out, and they just barely lost.
My brother was doing my brother, when Gino first got in, and he completed like 5 passes in a row. And my brother was like, Gino's running this offense better than Russ is. And then he did it again the next week. And he was like, no, Gino is running the offense better than Russ was. And then Russ came back, he played, and he was like, put Gino in. They are running the offense better under Gino than Russ. And then here we go, all season, and look at what Gino's doing.
Gino had a great year.
I'm happy Gino grew up.
I'm happy for him.
I don't care what the situation was. He is very mature, and he's somebody that you want your young quarterback to sit behind.
And he deserves every penny he's going to get.
Every penny. Go get that 3-year contract.
Hey, 3 years, $100 million? Not a bad deal.
Go get your bag, Gino. You deserve it. And go mentor this next guy because he's coming for your job next year after that, probably, when you fall off a little cliff.
Real quick, who's winning MVP? I have Jalen Hurts. I know Dylan
Patrick Mahomes.
Anthony, who do you have? Who's winning it? Who's actually going to win it? Not who you think, who's actually going to win.
Mahomes.
The leader of the team you said was going to win only 8 games.
Shut up.
Okay, I'll bring this back up. We'll do AFC together. Dylan, who you got for the NFC?
Give me the Vikings. I don't care what you say about the Giants, Anthony. They don't have an answer for 19. I'm not doing that.
Not required for wild card.
Not required for wild card weekend. Give me the Niners and give me the Bucks. Because my prediction is McCarthy gets fired after this game, and Sean Payton's new head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
Not what Denver's trying to do right now.
Sean Payton's dream job is the Dallas Cowboys.
He's absolutely rooting for Dallas to lose. Absolutely.
His dream job
McCarthy can lose his job.
Yeah,
he's absolutely.
He's plotting on his downfall.
He wants Brady to run it up.
Sean plotting on the downfall. Sean Payton and Jerry Jones's relationship is crazy.
It's ridiculous.
They
to the point where they're going to fire Mike McCarthy after a 12-5.
Jerry Jones is looking for a reason.
I would say, let me take
McCarthy.
this down, Anthony. Abso-fucking-lutely.
If Mike McCarthy brings the Cowboys to the playoffs in this is year 3 straight years for them to lose in the first round every single year, usually you don't fire your head coaches for winning, but in the situation where you are the Cowboys, all you expect is excellence and we them boys.
Which is also funny because, believe it or not, Mike McCarthy has increased his win total every single season. Shockingly enough, but he's increased his win total every single year.
None of that matters.
But I promise you, Anthony, especially if they get blown out or they look bad, he is gone.
Because last year,
before divisional
do you remember
round starts.
how bad
How
he
bad of a
coached that
loss
game
that
last
was?
year?
How they
That
lost
game was
because of
so
the
bad.
lack of a spike in the I'm surprised he didn't get fired last year.
They literally kept playing Trayvon Diggs out of phase that whole time and let them get killed on fucking short routes. And then they just brought for 40 yards. It's just like, what is this game? What is happening right now? Somebody take control. The Niners shouldn't be winning this game. And they shouldn't have. But no, if Tampa loses, McCarthy's fired. Next day.
Gone. But in my bracket, that won't happen. Dallas will beat Tampa Bay.
I think Mike's picking Tampa out of spite because I said Tampa's going to go on this fucking run.
Oh, yeah. They got to go. They got to go.
Because the second they beat Dallas, it's like, okay. Because the worst thing for Mike is if Tampa beats Philly again in the playoffs. Like, that would be the worst thing.
Than Tampa Bay beating Philly. There's no. Well, actually, the worst is Tampa Bay winning the Super Bowl. It's everybody but Tampa. But I cannot have Tom Brady in another Super Bowl. I cannot.
I can't either, but like
Dylan,
like,
I'm not coming.
I don't have the Bucks going that far. Like, but the thing is, I
out.
only trust one team in the NFC. Whereas the AFC, I have 3 teams I'm looking at that I can like, okay.
I can't wait to get to the AFC side. But Dallas, I have Dallas winning. I have San Francisco winning on a late field goal.
Ooh.
And this will be the one that gets me because as much as y'all tease me,
the Giant fan and Mike's gonna be for the Giants hard as fuck.
Let's
go Big Blue, G-Man.
I'm gonna pull the curtain back. I will be rooting for the Giants.
No shit.
I absolutely will be rooting for the Giants.
Saying I just saw a big shock.
But I'm gonna pick Minnesota.
Hey Mike, newsflash! I was rooting for the Jets on Sunday.
I absolutely will be rooting for the Giants, but I don't think that they're gonna beat Minnesota because I think everybody is drastically overstating Minnesota's faults and not looking at their strengths. And I think Minnesota's
their ability to score football is unbelievable.
People are underestimating how good this Minnesota offense is.
If Minnesota decides they're just going to run the football with Dalvin Cook more,
this game
could be over. This game could be over.
And I think they're going to blow the Giants out. I think they're going to win by at least 10. So Vikings, Niners, close. Dallas, I don't know how Dallas is going to win. They'll figure it out. they'll figure it out.
It don't matter how, as long as they do.
As long as they do, I have Dallas winning. So we'll move over to the AFC, and I'll let actually. Oh, I forgot. No, because ladies and gentlemen, because I forgot that he did say he wanted to be a part of this. I don't know why, because he doesn't watch, but he just likes to do things like this. Breezy, you're back. The Breezy picking these football games is like the equivalent of like when you see the guys just like throw a dart at the board and then they just pick whatever it lands on because they don't care. They don't have any dog in the fight. They're just picking colors.
It's like when the TikToks where they're like, "Oh, the fish picks the games of the week."
Yeah,
you put the 2 pieces of food. One food represents one team. One represents.
That's literally what I did for March Madness.
That is what. James,
don't worry, Anthony. You did that, and you still plays better than Mike.
my revenge will be glorious this year. Revenge will be glorious. But okay, James, I'm not going to play you. I was going to ask you if you even remember what these logos mean, but I know you know who these logos are. I'm not going to play you that much. I know you know who these teams are. You may not know how they're doing this year, but we're doing the NFC side first. Giants,
just
Vikings.
know, James, they made the playoffs.
Yes, the Giants. James, the Giants haven't made the playoffs since you stopped watching, right? No. Yeah, it's been a while since you see the Giants playoff game. Well, yes, they're back. Big Blue is back.
Don't worry, it'll be even longer when he's waiting to see Giants win.
So yes, James, go ahead, knock yourself out. I don't know who you're gonna pick, what your reasoning will be. I don't even know if you were listening to analyze the game. But yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out, Playboy. NFC.
Which side is that again?
The right side.
I'll make it easy for you. Giants,
All right.
Vikings.
Giants, Vikings.
Vikings are home.
Vikings.
Okay, Vikings.
I think that the Giants barely made it by the skin of their teeth, right? So they don't really belong.
I mean, yeah, 2 weeks. They clinched.
2 weeks, but they were
What?
able to bench their guys this week and still
Yeah, they didn't
be
have to
in
play the
comfortably.
last week of the season. They clinched with 1 week early.
Mm-hmm. So they barely made it. I'm going Vikings. You're saying Seattle Niners,
First.
right?
Yep.
Yep, that's in San Francisco.
I hear that Pete Carroll is doing a really good job with the Seahawks, so let's pick them.
Ooh. I like it.
Watch James get that shit right.
Dallas,
Oh yeah, this is
Dallas Buccaneers. We all know the Cowboys stink in the playoffs.
That's one thing that will never change, James. No, that's one thing that
So,
does not
we're
Fun
change.
gonna
fact
go
before you
with-
continue, you know the Jets have more playoff wins than Cowboys in the last 20-something years. 28 years to be exact.
Cowboys are terrible.
So we're gonna go Bucks. And then
All right.
I'm gonna go bottom
You
to the
don't
top.
know yet?
of this
No, I don't say you can kick us off for the AFC
Okay, go
if
ahead.
you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're done. You can kick us
Oh,
off
so
for the AFC.
you go all the way to the Super Bowl,
No, just first round.
just to the second round.
Yeah, we're just doing first round. Now we're gonna do the other side. So Jaguars, Chargers. Game
I'm
is
gonna
in
go
Jacksonville.
Jaguars. Gonna go with Jaguars. I hear they're doing really, really good this season.
Third hottest team on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Packed
This
up Mike's
pick-
Titans.
Pick
This
with the
pick
refs held.
this pick is interesting, but I think the Buffalo Bills is gonna get rid of Dolphins. They're hurt, right?
The Dolphins, yeah, their quarterback's hurt.
Yeah, so we're gonna go with the Bills, and then the Bengals and the Ravens.
And good luck. Good luck. Lamar should be playing.
I'm gonna take a shot into the dark, and I'm gonna take the Ravens.
I'm not mad at it.
All right, so I got Vikings, Seahawks, Buccaneers, Jaguars, Bills, Ravens.
Got a couple upsets in there. It's solid. Solid.
Not mad at it. Things that could happen.
Seahawks are beating the 49ers.
It could happen, man.
Listen.
We've
That
seen
shit
crazier
ain't-
things.
That shit ain't happening.
All right.
We've seen crazier things, Anthony.
I told you, I only got them winning by a last-second field goal.
It's the playoffs, man.
Seattle is going to be in that game.
Any given Sunday.
They got Pete Carroll.
And
They do.
I'll
I'll go next.
You'll go, Dylan. Anthony, move over.
I'm also going with Duval.
Oh,
Duval County, Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe I'll stop getting into Twitter beefs with all of Duval County now that I picked them. Miami doesn't stand a fucking chance. Miami doesn't stand a chance. Buffalo is going to properly pack them up. Bye-bye. And I'm going with the Bengals. That's going to be the best game of the weekend.
what?
The Ravens Bengals.
Absolutely.
If Lamar plays, that is going to be the best game of the weekend.
I still disagree. I think that Chargers and Jaguars.
Do you want to know why it's going to be the best game of the weekend? Because those two teams hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Those wide receivers have legitimate beef with Marlon Humphrey and what the fuck's the other corner's name? It's fucking the shorter one.
Yeah, the short
one. Marcus Peters.
Yeah,
They have legitimate beef with Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Peters, and they fucking hate each other. So that's going to be
very
chirping
last week.
They chirp every week, every time they play.
I mean, they've been talking like that game.
It all
can't
started
wait for
last
that
year.
game.
Once Joe Burrow came back from his injury, everybody got a little juice in them, and now they're just talking. The Ravens like, you guys are the fucking Bengals. What are you talking about? And then they're like, yeah, well, we were in the fucking Super Bowl. You guys stink.
Icy
So
Joe.
exactly. So let's
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr
Joe Brr.
for the dub there. And yeah, I think that again, that's gonna be the best game of the weekend. Those teams are gonna be playing physical football. That's AFC North football.
I will go next. I will, as crazy as it's going to sound, because I've been called Justin Herbert hater. I think that the Chargers are going to win.
Didn't you say the Chargers weren't going to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year?
I did.
Losers.
But they are. I think they're going to beat Jacksonville. I agree with you, Dylan. I think Buffalo is
Pack
going
them up.
promptly pack up Miami, because I don't think Tua's going to play.
Tua's not clear. Pack them up.
And it is going to be. You thought this Sunday was a madhouse in Buffalo? This playoff atmosphere, because you know that they're going to show DeMar at some point on that screen. And
Mike, I'm going to give you a quick spoiler alert. If Tua was playing, I'm still not picking Miami.
If Tua was playing, I might. Well, the circumstances
in those windy conditions, that is an
changed.
Evening Buffalo game. Keep Tua away from me.
But
but let's not act like they almost beat them in Buffalo earlier in the season. I mean,
they ran the ball well. Tua did not. Nope.
It's not going to happen this time. This will be
There's too much juice behind that Buffalo team.
Yes,
too much juice.
Buffalo team is not losing. And everything in me wants to pick Baltimore, mostly because I don't like the Bengals. But
are you still mad about last year?
Last year, this year, I don't like the Bengals. But I do think the Bengals are hot. I don't trust their defense, but I think they're going to score just enough points, because I think they're going to have the best player on the field. So, because I don't think Lamar will be 100%. So I think Jamar Chase will be the best player on the field. And
I'm also selfishly rooting for a Raven loss, so I can get pissed off. So I get that pissed off Lamar Jackson getting mad that they're not giving him the fully guaranteed contract that he wants, so he can request a trade.
He's gonna get the money.
My pie in the sky fever dream of Lamar Jackson being a Jet. Joe Douglas is willing to move heaven and earth if that happens.
So yes, I have. Yes. Cincinnati, Buffalo, Chargers. Go ahead, Anthony.
Anthony picking the Chargers.
I got the Chargers winning.
Controversial.
I'm throw the Chargers on this one. As painful as it is to
represent our division, represent us.
If you cheer like that, you're a fucking loser.
I am slowly starting to see the hype in Justin Herbert. So yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Chargers on this one. Miami and Buffalo. This one's tough for me. If Tua was playing, I would pick Miami. On a side note, but I'm gonna have to roll with Buffalo if he doesn't play. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Look, it don't matter if Jackson's playing. It don't matter if he's 100%, 50%. Cincinnati gonna pack their asses up. So that's.
Lamar Jackson, Phil Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson. No matter. Bengals by 40.
I don't see the excitement that you guys have in that matchup. I just don't. At the end of the day, it looks like an easy Cincinnati win for me, honestly.
Do you really think the Ravens stink?
I don't think they stink. I just don't think that they're better than Cincinnati.
I don't think they're better than Cincinnati either, but those division games are always hard.
It wasn't hard last week.
And now, so you expect
Ravens.
them to do that in back-to-back weeks.
Who was playing quarterback
Yes.
for the Ravens?
Huh?
You don't even know who was playing quarterback. For the
Tyler
Ravens.
Huntley.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, who was
They
playing?
had their third string quarterback playing.
Okay, it doesn't matter. They still gonna
Yes,
lose.
it does. You think there's not a drop off from third string quarterback to Lamar Jackson?
They are still going to get packed up.
Like,
All
they're
right.
still going to lose, but like, are we going to really sit here and say that Lamar Jackson doesn't make a difference?
I'm not saying it doesn't make a difference.
A massive
still-
difference is going
you
to be
still ain't
close.
got much to
Ravens
throw
defense
to
is
it.
good too.
Still ain't got that much to throw to at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's good luck tackling him.
Hey, good luck
And
stopping
stopping
Joe
the run
Burrow.
defense.
Good luck stopping Chase, Higgins, Boyd, Mixon.
Anthony, I picked the Bengals. You don't have to describe to me what the Bengals are. I know what the Bengals are. The difference is I also respect Lamar Jackson, that Ravens defense, and John Harbaugh as a coach. That's why I don't think it's going to be this blowout that you think. Like, I don't. The Ravens are going to lose. I think they're going to lose. Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a one-score game. But you can't sit here with all circumstances being what they are and ignore what John Harbaugh is, and ignore what that defense is, and ignore what Lamar is.
I'm not. I'm just saying they're not. They don't have the firepower to compete with Cincinnati.
No, but they can ball. They're a ball control team. Not many teams can ball control like Baltimore. The problem is Baltimore can't play from behind.
Exactly. So if Cincinnati goes up 14-3, it's already danger territory.
And if Baltimore goes up 10-0, it could be a problem either way.
For me personally, the way you guys are looking at the Ravens and Bengals, I'm looking at the Miami Buffalo game.
Skylar Thompson.
No, they're saying at the very least Bridgewater
can't grip a football.
They're
That's
gonna
why
try
he didn't
something.
play. Bridgewater literally can't grip a football.
Even though they said it's unlikely Tua will play, they said it's not completely ruled out either.
If Miami trots out Tua, homeboy needs to sell the team. They literally, you can't trot him out.
Why not?
Like, the amount of concussions that he's had this year alone could fuck him up for the rest of his life. Yeah, it's beyond football at that point. What happens if there's another situation where Tua goes down and he's fucking?
If we want to be really technical, it was beyond football the first time he had that damn concussion.
I know, and this is what, concussion 3?
Yeah, concussion like 2 or 3. They said he might have had one that he didn't talk about, but he kept seeing quiet. Like,
yeah, so when
he's out there cross-eyed and they're still playing him.
Yeah, no, he has fucking cat food brain. Like, he really has. You open up a can of cat food, the wet cat food. That's what his brain looks like. Like, when is enough enough? Let the kid go get treatment in the offseason. Don't go, like, I don't care how big the playoffs are. You can't have this situation where everyone's doing the pray for DeMar Hamlin and then actively go and trot out Tua, who can literally, like, just get hurt and be done.
Especially in Buffalo, it's so close to home, like, as far as, like, the conversation and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
My only thing is, if they deem Tua as healthy enough to go, I will pick Miami to win that game. If Tua can go.
Whatever the fuck you have to investigate, because Miami can't do that. That's not even me hoping Miami loses. This is a divisional game. I don't give a fuck who wins. But, like, they both could tie. If there was a way you could tie in a playoff game, that would be perfect for me. But you can't. So, like, this is for – I don't think Tua is a great quarterback, whatever. Hate, whatever. The person's bigger here. Protect Tua. Don't put him out there. Let him go get the treatment in the offseason. Let him come back next year. To a career.
Depending on who you ask, they say he should just retire. Some people say he should retire.
That could be an option, too. After your treatment and you find out something like that. What happens is if this is the first situation where you can detect CTE in a brain when somebody's alive?
What if he's the one?
What if he's the one? Then that's completely different conversation now, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So that's why I say you shouldn't, even if you can play him, fucking don't. Don't. Do yourselves that favor, because that's going to be a PR nightmare.
PR night. He's not gonna play because it's gonna be a PR nightmare.
Yeah, but I did want to touch on Jacksonville for 1 second.
Go ahead. We'll take this down.
That home crowd last week. That was a marvel right there. That was really something to watch right there.
Don't let Joe Buck in.
No, Mike.
No,
Don't do this. Don't do this.
You up because
Mike, don't do this.
They've been to 2 Jacksonville games in their life, and they didn't even know where the stadium was.
Mike, don't do this. Mike, let me tell you a secret about the Jaguars. The Jaguars have a nasty fan base. Jaguars, they have a fan base.
I didn't know that.
Trust me, I've been arguing with Duval County for 3 years on Twitter. Whenever why
do you argue with Jaguars?
Because they say fucking Fred Taylor is better than fucking Curtis Martin, and I have to set their asses straight.
This villain soul right there.
Like, what are we talking? Like, I love Fred Taylor, but don't do that to Kurt. Like, you don't have to. You could big up one guy without fucking tearing down another. You're not going to do it to Curtis Martin.
Anthony doesn't know how to do that.
You're not going to do that to Curtis Martin. At the time of his retirement, 4th all-time leading rusher in the NFL history. Now he's 5th because Frank Gore played till he was 90.
2 state fan bases just arguing with each other.
Don't both of these fan bases have more playoff wins than you in the last 22 years?
The answer to that is yes.
It's not about wins and losses, though. It's about the culture, bro.
Anthony, 22 years ago, we're talking about culture. You guys are the Browns. Literally the Browns.
What are you talking about?
You guys are literally the Browns.
In 2002, we went to the Super Bowl.
I know. I'm saying, and what happened?
Yeah, we lost.
And then what happened?
Where were you guys? Where were you guys that year? Okay,
Anthony. Exactly. I'm going to follow that up with what proceeded to happen for the next, I don't know, 20 years.
A search for a new identity. We were searching for identity.
You've been looking for an identity for 18 years?
Shit happens. Shit happens.
For the majority of my lifetime, Anthony, the Raiders have been bad.
Bad.
And what happened in 2016? We went 12-4. We probably would have went to at least.
Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear probably. Let me hear about the actuality. What happened? What happened? Go ahead, tell me.
He was on the edge of his seat. He was like, "I don't want to hear probably."
I don't want to hear probably. Like we don't do this maybe thing. Like we deal with absolutes here. Did they win or did they lose?
All right, I'll say like this: Connor Cook lost to the Texans.
What team did Connor Cook play for?
He played for us.
So the Raiders lost.
Connor Cook.
When I look up the scoreboard for that game, the box score, will it say the Oakland Connor Cooks or will it say the Oakland Raiders?
The Oakland Raiders, led by Connor Cook, lost.
I don't care who led the team. You guys still lost.
L
in the column.
L. So I don't want to hear anything. Like I think I've seen more winning seasons from the Jets in the last 20 years than you have with the Raiders.
It's not about wins and losses. You still focus on wins and losses, Dylan. We focus on culture over here, man. We focus on 2 different things, bro. I'm not worried about that.
Are you talking about?
You don't get culture for losing.
Well, no. Are you talking about the thing that's literally in your slogan?
What?
Winning.
Oh, just win?
No, like winning is excellence, or excellence in winning. Something stupid to those lines. And your owner's favorite quote: "Just win, baby."
Yeah, and we will honor him next year when we win. Make the playoffs. He didn't say when we had to.
Anthony, you have no idea what your team looks like next year, so you can't just say these things.
Yes, I can.
Who's starting quarterback? Week one. Who's your starting quarterback?
I asked you what your expectations for the Jets were next year. You said you wouldn't be surprised if they made the postseason.
Yeah, because I know what's on my roster.
But you don't know who the QB is going to be next year, Dylan. The same way I don't know who the QB is going to be next year.
Here's the thing, Anthony. I know I'm upgrading at quarterback. I know you aren't.
What kind of statement is that?
I know there's going to be a quarterback better than the quarterbacks that I have on my roster on my team next year, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, fucking pie in the sky Lamar Jackson. Like, I know there is going to be a quarterback better than what we trotted out this year on my roster for a fact.
Are you 100% sure on that?
I'm a billion% sure.
I did.
No, I have to. I agree
Zach,
with Dylan.
where Zach Wilson could be back.
Well, Zach will be on the roster. Zach will not be starting quarterback next year. Now, Anthony, what is your?
No. Let me ask you, Dylan. He's looking at me right in the camera. Now, these are complete hopes that this is gonna happen because it sounds like
I know
it would be the sound. This also sounds like this will be the right thing. It's like there's no way that they could not do this, right? In any world that they do this.
Because I've heard that there's a very good chance Zach will be on the roster.
No, I'm not saying Zach will be traded. No, Zach will be on the roster.
What if the Jets decide that because he's the number 2 pick, we have to give him one more chance?
I will be drinking so much bleach. So much bleach will be drunk when that announcement comes out.
Like, what if the Jets decide we're going to roll with Zach and we'll try to put some money in the offensive line? And we'll try and get some linebackers.
Sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team. Sell the team. Fire everybody and sell the team. Like, I don't care.
You're Roz, right? You're just gonna turn
if that's what you do, I will gladly do the fusion dance with Roz. He's gonna and we will just become the world.
Mike to a flashbang.
Roz will be ready to burn shit down.
Roz and the million of Jet fans like him will be at Jet headquarters.
No, it won't be just like him. It'll be every single fan. Every single Jet fan will be at one Jets drive setting that bitch on fire. Like, you cannot it's one thing if you're going to keep Zach on the roster. That's fine. You're trying to fix your number 2 pick. It's another thing if you're just going to trot him out there as QB1. That's insane. Pure insanity. If that happened, everybody needs to be fired. Tell Woody to go back to fucking England and fucking get everybody the fuck out of that organization. Fire everybody.
It could happen. Vince McMahon is back. So it could happen.
Oh, God.
But we all knew Vince was coming back.
And as soon as he did, Stephanie done step the fuck down.
Stephanie was already like.
Stephanie said, "I'm a head out." Oh, my dad is back. Yeah, I'm a head out.
So yes, I know the Jets will be upgrading at quarterback. What are you guys doing at quarterback?
Well, right now,
if your answer is I don't know,
but you don't know who they're getting either, Dylan.
I know it's better than what I have. Is your answer better than what you have?
But again, that's why I agree with that sentiment because it can't get any worse than what you have right now.
Exactly. It's the best part about being at rock bottom, baby.
But it can get worse. They can.
But it's highly unlikely to happen.
That's not happening.
But you cannot tell me there is not a percentage. That's my point. It's
0% chance that happens.
All right.
0.
If there was 0, Mike would have not heard the rumblings of him possibly.
No. The rumblings are not of him being a starting quarterback. The rumblings are of him being on the roster, and that is true. He will be on the roster.
So there's a chance.
But week 1, no.
No.
Where the Raiders are doing a massive downgrade at quarterback.
But that's not true, though.
But
that's not true. Like, you just assuming we're just going to downgrade at quarterback. Here's the thing, Dylan. But you guys gotta understand. In the Raiders world,
do you think you're getting Tom Brady? And do you think you're getting not watched Tom Brady?
Let me finish.
He's getting Tom Brady.
It's not even about Brady. In Raiders world, we're very divisive on Carr. Very divisive on
Carr is gone.
No, but what I'm saying is, you guys talk about upgrade over Carr. Not everybody in Raiders country thought Carr was that good. All right, at the end of the day, I was kind of like in the middle. I thought he
You
had his
was
flashes.
Carr bored.
No, no,
I'm
but
about to say waving the pom pom.
but that's the That's the problem. That's the problem I have with Carr. He would have those moments where he would look like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and then he would fall back to earth for the next 3 weeks. And it was never just consistent with him. It was never consistent. He
You
was
want to talk
always
about consistency with Derek Carr? Maybe get him a fucking defense.
That's too late now.
Never. His whole career, he's never had a defense outside of the top 20. Never had a good defense. That helps your quarterback out a ton. Look at Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's playing really, really well, and his defense is unbelievable. They're like a third-string quarterback out there fucking winning games because the defense can make stops.
But Purdy was also playing better than Carr this year.
Carr had to be thrust into these positions because the defense just fumbles.
Because
your defense folds like a fucking cheap table.
So the defense was the reason why Carr was overthrowing everybody known to man on that field.
No, obviously not. But when you
the defense is the reason why Carr plays so damn scared half the time he's on the guy.
Well, your offensive line is the problem there.
That's not all the time. Not all the time.
Your offensive line's bad.
Do you know how many times this man can extend plays with his feet and chooses to just sit there and take a damn sack and look shook? Do you know how many times?
Is it with Derek Carr that I don't think you understand, right? One, when you're used to getting no protection, you have the yips always. Ask all the quarterbacks you get. Ask Derek Carr's brother about that because his career ended because he never had protection. And he just couldn't recover because even when he had protection, he was running around like he was getting sacked. So that affects you majorly. That's why when I said quarterback is nothing without an offensive line and a wide receiver is nothing without a quarterback, that's why that's so important. So when you have these situations where your offensive line sometimes just gives up all the pressure in the world, you don't know if you could run or not to make those plays. It may be great for us watching at home or on our phone doing nothing, but in the heat of the moment, maybe he thinks if he runs out, he really doesn't have a chance because that arm is coming to grab him because he's already feeling pressure from people who aren't there.
Here's what I'll say. The rumors, because obviously nothing's confirmed. You can't confirm anything right now. The rumors are heating up around Brady coming to the Raiders next year. I will say that much.
Is that really an upgrade?
Yes.
The Tom Brady that we saw this year.
The Tom Brady that you will see in the playoffs this year.
Again, I'm asking you, you think this version of Tom Brady that you saw is better than Derek Carr?
Derek Carr didn't have a good year either this year. So they're about to...
Again, I asked you a question. This version of Tom Brady, this bad version of Tom Brady is better than Derek Carr. You're gonna get real mad when Tom Brady doesn't fucking run.
Because he won't be like he won't be like this next year.
Anthony, not only do you have to upgrade at quarterback to get Tom Brady, you have to upgrade your whole offensive line.
I didn't know we only had one draft pick. Please inform me about how we only have one draft pick.
But you guys are awful at drafting.
There we go. Yeah.
Name me a first-round pick that will be on your roster next year.
Yes, here we go again. Don't bother Anthony because the answer is none. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. I will bring up the playoff teams first and the brackets again, so we can get our official Super Bowl picks. I don't care how they get there. You don't have to tell us how they get there. That's fine. Just which two teams will get there, and at the beginning of the tournament, who will win, and then because we're likely to get it wrong, we will revisit this Super Bowl weekend, and we'll make official picks then too. But who will get there? Who's playing who, and who will win?
Let me go first. I was actually talking about this at work today with one of my coworkers. I told him, I was like, yo, I feel strongly about these two teams going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I am going to say the Giants and the Bills.
I almost kicked you out of here, but I will be respectful.
Hold on. What?
I will be respectful and not do that. But
The
So
Giants.
your official pick.
I was talking to two of my coworkers who are diehard Giants fans, and they were
This throw it out. Throw it out.
No, wait. What they were saying made a lot of sense. I thought about it myself, and I was like, you know what? I actually kind of like New York's chances here. I'm gonna roll with New York. I'm gonna roll with New York.
Well, hold on. What did they say? What did they say?
What
did they say for you
That's confidential information.
No. What did they say?
It's fine. It's fine.
That's confidential information.
Because you picked San Francisco to demolish San Francisco. So you're telling me that the Giants are going to beat
San Francisco to demolish San Francisco.
Seattle. The Giants are going to beat the Vikings.
Yes.
Then get on a plane and go to San Francisco and beat San Francisco.
Yes.
And then they're going to beat either Philly, Dallas, or Tampa.
Yes.
In consecutive weeks.
Yes.
Okay. And who's winning?
I know Saquon Barkley's like really good, but like who else on that team is going to score
the God
points?
Level that Saquon would have to be on?
Listen, guys.
Exactly. It's not for us to criticize. Yeah, you know what?
I know it's for me to criticize. I'm criticizing.
Like
I just don't understand. What there's no wide receivers on this Giant team, right? But
that's the same thing everybody said week 1 of the football season when they talked about the Giants. That's what every analyst,
the Giants also played nobody this year. Like if we're being frank here.
Well, that's new to me. I haven't heard that.
They haven't played nobody this year?
No, I haven't heard no one say that. I'm just saying that's new to me.
I was gonna say the Giants haven't played nobody this year. The teams that they played that are good, they've lost to. They've lost to the good teams. So like I don't understand when you get to to Seattle, right? Let's say Seattle wins. Right? Who is catching any of the balls in that secondary against Seattle? There's not an answer. There's not an answer there.
But you know what's funny, Dylan? He doesn't have to answer that because the Giants wouldn't have to play Seattle. Seattle would then promptly go to Philly where they would get packed up. But fine, if that happens and Seattle wins, then the Giants would be playing the Cowboys or Tampa. You're telling me the Giants are going to beat that Cowboys team that ran them off the field on Thanksgiving? They're going to beat that team.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, I have
hold on. Wait. It gets even better. It gets even better.
No, he's going to have also 30.
Nah, I ain't that delusional. But,
I will not argue with the team because if the Giants were playing Tampa Bay this week, I would absolutely pick the Giants.
Yeah,
so I will
crazy.
give
I'm
you
not.
that.
You said I'm not.
But yeah, this is where we're at. So please tell me who's winning the Super Bowl?
Buffalo Bills.
Okay. Because listen.
To answer that Seahawks question, you know who's catching balls for the Giants against the Seahawks? Tariq Woolen. Tariq Woolen is catching balls.
Oh. That's why you wanted to go first. You wanted to get this nonsense out the way first.
Imagine the world where the Giants actually pull it off.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if it's Giants Buffalo Super Bowl, we don't even have to have the speaking. We don't even need it. We can just give it to you right now.
That pod that week will be an hour-long segment. I have to start an hour-long segment just me. It's just me.
I'd be sick to my stomach. I'd be sick to my stomach.
You'd be like, Dylan would be like, I'm not editing this shit.
Nah, post it up as is. I'm not doing it.
Gotta look at my face for a while.
I ain't doing that shit. If I did, I'd end up fucking your face up somehow. With a nice little edit. Give you like prison tears on your eye. No, there's no fucking way the Giants are doing that. But all right, I'll go next. With a less fucking crazy pick. I don't know, maybe. Bengals 49ers.
it wouldn't be a sexy game, but it's a very likely.
It's a nasty game.
It's a likely. Excuse me. Likely, it could happen.
There's just something about Joe Burrow in the playoffs.
Yes, Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty, and there's something about Joe Burrow against the Chiefs, where he just doesn't lose to the Chiefs. I don't know. It's Joe Burrow is slowly becoming one of those like mythical heroes, those legends where it's like, hey, get him in the playoffs and watch him go to work. It's almost like he's approaching that level of just like, hey, just get him in the important games. He becomes something else. I've been watching it since he was in college. He's a different person in these games, man. And the Niners, I just don't trust anybody fucking else in the NFC to do anything. And at that point, I will trust the San Francisco 49ers to play the best defense in the fucking NFL and then just run a smooth offense. A offense where it's going to be very difficult for you to fuck up. Just play that type of football and keep it pushing, and I think the Niners will win.
Okay. I just want to pull out. I just broke out the beginning of the year Super Bowl picks. Dylan, you had Buffalo over Green Bay. Anthony, you had the Rams over the Colts. Great pick.
Didn't even have winning records.
Great pick.
What do they have? A combined 7 wins total?
And I had the Bills over the Saints before Jameis Winston broke his back.
Don't worry, Jameis Winston wouldn't have did it anyway.
He wouldn't have got them to the Super Bowl, but we'll see. That's surprising. Anthony, you got 5 division winners, right? Dylan, you got 5 division winners, right? I got 4 division winners, right? So good job, guys.
Did everyone? Did you have the Colts?
We all got the AFC South wrong.
Yeah, we all got the South.
We all got the AFC South
did
wrong.
all get it right.
I think we all got the NFC West wrong.
It's funny because Dylan, did you predict the Jaguars?
You got the Chiefs right.
Yeah, after week 2, I said, watch, the Jaguars going to fuck around and win the AFC South.
Dylan, you picked the Chiefs.
Okay, so there we go.
I picked the Chargers, right?
The
NFC West, we all were wrong.
The Rams and the Saints, that's what you got wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony,
I got the West right. NFC West right, didn't I?
You did not. You picked the Chargers.
No, I'm talking about the NFC West.
NFC West, you picked the Niners.
Okay.
Lucky. Everybody picked the Vikings. We all picked the Vikings at the beginning of the year. We all picked the Eagles. We all picked the Saints. So none of us had Tampa. We all
division's so bad. Saints. Like we could have the Saints could have still made the playoffs. Like we were in that position. You only needed 8 wins to win that division, and the Saints had 6?
Mm-hmm.
Like
who did I pick for the AFC North again?
Bengals. Oh no, Anthony. Bengals.
Oh, okay.
Bengals. You had the Chargers and the Colts.
Oh, okay, the Chargers.
Those were the 2 that you got.
But you said I only got 5 out of 8 right. What was the other one I got wrong?
So you had 2. No, you had 4. I'm sorry, you had 4 because you had Bills, Bengals, Eagles, Niners, Vikings. So you got the NFC. The only thing you got wrong in the NFC was the Saints.
Oh, okay.
That's where you caught up. You only got the Saints wrong. Dylan got the Saints and the Rams wrong. I got the Saints and the Cardinals because I picked the fucking Cardinals. So, and I had the Bills over the Saints in the Super Bowl. I am actually going to somewhat modify. I'm going Eagles over Buffalo. I'm going to actually no. I picked the Buffalo at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna stick with it. Buffalo over the Eagles. Buffalo over the Eagles in the Super Bowl. But watch out for watch out for Cincinnati. They are dangerous. But I'm going to pick Buffalo over the Eagles.
Especially because if it gets to that point where there's the Bills are the home team in the championship game, they don't get home field advantage.
Yeah, it'll be a neutral site.
It'll be neutral, so that's gonna be massive.
So wouldn't they have it if they faced Cincinnati though?
No, it won't be neutral.
It'll be neutral. It'll be coin flip,
neutral over Cincinnati.
Yep.
No, I thought it was just Kansas City.
No, over Cincinnati too.
Yeah,
because they both won their divisions and their playoff seeding with the tie. Because they are with the last game, so they play each other. Neither one of them get to play at home.
Yeah, if they play each other, nobody gets the home game.
That's the
Kansas City is home regardless. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to Kansas City.
That's not what I read. Because if the
City's
Bills,
the one seed.
If the Bills met the Chiefs, they said that
if the Chiefs would have lost,
then everything
on Sunday, then everything would have been fucked up. Or on Saturday, everything would have been fucked up because that would have meant the Bills are the one seed.
And that's where everything.
And if the Bills were the one seed to where they get to host the AFC Championship game, neutral site.
And Buffalo would have went mad. I mean, Buffalo's still going to go mad.
Which at the end of the day, this situation helps the Chiefs regardless.
No, I'm reading it right now. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs score for the AFC Championship. Neither team would hold home field advantage.
I mean, it makes sense because
either way, it still helps the Chiefs.
Buffalo is behind them by a game.
Because Buffalo should technically be the one seed. They never got a chance.
Technically,
I think Kansas City, Cincinnati is the one where Kansas City will be home.
Yeah, because Buffalo. Well, regardless, if Kansas City has to play Buffalo, it's a win for Kansas City because they don't have to play in cold weather, and Pat Mahomes has never played a road playoff game.
Hey, it's pretty cold in Kansas, man.
Yeah, it's cold.
Not Buffalo cold.
But to Dylan's point, Patrick Mahomes, he's never played a road
playoff game.
He's not won.
He's never played a road playoff game?
No. Not one.
Damn.
Not one. He doesn't know what that's like.
Into the NFL after sitting 1 year and just won. Just won football games.
So
even that game they lost to the Patriots was an Arrowhead.
Mm-hmm. And then he lost the Super Bowl, which was a neutral site game.
Mm-hmm. He's never played a road playoff game before.
That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. That's how nasty
so you get to play in Buffalo or play that game not in Buffalo at a neutral fucking site. It's a win. That's a win-win situation if you're Kansas City.
So, James, who's going to the Super Bowl?
Cowboys, Dolphins.
I legitimately wouldn't watch that if that was the case. That would be a boring ass fucking.
That would be a tough watch because that'd be a tough watch.
Could be much worse than the fucking national championship game yesterday.
Yeah, we're gonna just breeze. James, is that your official pick? Cowboys?
No.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the upset with Jaguars.
What?
Love it, Duval.
Mm-hmm. Upset in Kansas City, and I'm gonna go with. Gotta ride with my boy Buccaneers.
Jags Bucks.
tough Super Bowl.
Jags Bucks. I'd watch
That's
that.
I would
That's
watch
a Florida
that.
Bowl. That's a Florida Bowl.
Yeah, that's a Florida Bowl right there.
Not watching that.
He said, "I'm not watching."
Watching that.
Oh, nothing would kill Mike more than having to watch the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence be in the Super Bowl.
Not watching that shit. All right, we'll lock it in. We'll have
Brady. He will hate it.
We'll have the graphics up on our IG page later this week. Dylan mentioned it. We're gonna just breeze right on by it because there's nothing to talk about.
I wanted TCU to win that game so bad, but
So
I knew
did
they
I.
weren't.
I knew they weren't either. but I
Mike
didn't-
said something in the chat yesterday that I laughed at very hard, where he said TCU's better than this. They're not.
They're better than that, Dylan.
No, it
They're
just goes to
better
show,
than that.
like,
they are not 60 points worse than Georgia. Georgia
yes,
played their.
they are exactly 60 points worse than Georgia.
Georgia played
Because
their
it
best
just shows how good the SEC is versus literally anybody else.
So by
Go
that
back in the
logic,
last 30 years.
how
right?
badly do you think they would have beat Michigan?
Michigan would have been better. But Michigan is Michigan is a better football. Michigan is a better football program than TCU. The problem is Michigan played their worst football game in like 5 years against TCU. That's it. Michigan has the talent to compete with SEC schools. But if Michigan would have played Georgia, Georgia would have still won by like 30 something.
So why isn't that Georgia just played their best game of the season, which the players were saying on the field, this was the best we played all year, and TCU just ran into that buzzsaw. I'm not saying they would have won.
I don't trust any Pac-12 team against the
60.
SEC.
They wouldn't have lost by no 60.
Fine, 30.
Maybe 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns.
It doesn't make a difference because it's still a fucking ass whooping. It's still an ass whooping.
That's why I said I felt bad for them and that they're not 60 points worse than Georgia, because now people like you are not going to vote for a team like TCU if this happens next year.
I was rooting for
why
TCU
put
to
them
get
in there
here
for them to get blown out again.
Everybody has known that the SEC championship game is the real national championship. Like, that's really how it is. Like, don't let these last few years fool you, where you have like the Clemsons hanging around and fucking LSU and all these other and like good games. Like, no, over the last like 50 years, there's been like 20 something, like close to 30 blowouts in these national championship games. Like, it's not close. Like, it just shows that the SEC is the most dominant football conference in the country. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you may not get to see a team like Michigan or TCU get in next year. It's because of this blowout. Like, you know how much the ratings they lost because of how bad that game was? I stopped watching the second quarter.
Yeah, about the second quarter, it was over.
Like, it was over. Literally, all they were doing was quarterback power and fucking tight end screens. and Stetson Bennett, who's a dork, who shouldn't even be playing, like, be in discussion for the NFL, looked unbelievable. And then you have people like Roz, like, oh yeah, Roz, Jets take Stetson Bennett in the fucking 4th round. No, he's not rosterable. Like, without that elite talent up and down the fucking field, he is not rosterable. Don't let that fucking trash Pac-12 team fool you. Like, that's not it. That's not it. This is just it was an unbelievable year for TCU to get to this point. Unbelievable. I was rooting for them hard because I'm a big Futurama fan. So when they brought out Hypnotoad, I was fucking there. Love Hypnotoad. But I was rooting for them, and I said that right before the game started. I was like, man, I really want TCU to win this game, but I know they're just fucking not going to. It's not. Georgia is just that much better. There's like most of that Georgia team is NFL caliber. I'm talking about this Georgia team the way I've been talking about Alabama guys for the last fucking 15 years. There's going to be 10 first-round picks off that Georgia team.
It's going to be a lot.
Like the majority of that, like those juniors and seniors that are making themselves eligible will be drafted. And people on that Georgia staff, from Kirby Smart's staff, will be getting head coaching jobs elsewhere. Like, they all will be getting plucked. That's what happens when you win the national championship. You are just going to have everybody get plucked from your staff to go take jobs elsewhere, and all your players are going to get drafted. The problem is they also recruit fucking well. Nobody recruits better than these top SEC teams. So until TCU and fucking Oregon and all these other fucking teams, fucking Washington State, fucking UCLA, all those teams can start recruiting. Well, USC and UCLA are moving to the Big Ten.
Which is the dumbest shit ever.
Nah, it's good for them. They're going to get so much money. So much money.
and they're going to be better at recruiting for it because they're playing in a tough conference. So and it's great for Lincoln Riley to coach in a better conference than the fucking Pac-12. The Pac-12 is dog shit. So, nah. Everybody's just got to step the recruiting game up. And besides, they're all losing recruits to fucking Colorado. So now with USC, UCLA losing their fucking dipping out of the Pac-12, Colorado's probably going to win the fucking Pac-12 next year.
Coach Prime is ready.
Coach Prime. I'm rooting hard for Colorado. I love Prime.
Can't wait for Coach Prime to get it going.
Shador Sanders is going to be a Heisman finalist next year. Watch.
Anthony, do you have anything on TCU, Georgia?
You know, me and college sports do not go together, bro.
I didn't think so. Dylan, I do just one question. Do we think Stenson will be an NFL prospect? Do you think he has a career?
He has no. He's going to get into the NFL because of the national championships, but he has no right to be in the NFL. He's not good. Like, he's not an NFL prospect. There's a reason he's been ignored. But again, how many national championship quarterbacks are actually in the NFL in the last, 30 years? There's only a handful of them. There's a reason why, these guys don't get drafted. You could be good at college and not be good at the NFL level. Stetson Bennett is that guy. And again, I'm not drafting a guy who's fucking 25 years old, 26 years old. He's got one.
That old.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy.
He's a year younger than Pat Mahomes.
Which is why he could come and hit the ground running.
He would never see the field. He would never see the field. He would
So
have
what
to
are
be.
you taking him, a fifth rounder?
I wouldn't
rounder?
take him. I don't think he's not draftable to me. There are so many other quarterbacks that I would rather take that are in the draft than him. Because then it goes back to the SEC quarterback thing where you don't take SEC quarterbacks. Forever, you didn't take a SEC quarterback because they were surrounded by such great talent that it made them look better than they actually are. Stetson Bennett, with that elite offensive line, those elite weapons at running back and wide receiver, and then that elite defense, I'm all set. If anybody's going to sit here and be like, oh, Stetson Bennett's going to be in the NFL, he's going to be a starter, you're wrong. Don't care. Don't want to do it. If you're going to take Stetson Bennett over Tennessee's quarterback, even though he tore his ACL, you're crazy. I'm taking the quarterback who tore his ACL.
I'm taking that Tennessee quarterback because I think he could be the one in this draft. Well, Stroud is.
Anthony Richardson from Florida is also another one of those. He's a project, but he can be good. But no, I don't like CJ Stroud a lot.
I think he's the one in this draft, Dylan.
I think Bryce Young is. I think Bryce Young is.
Bryce is going to. I don't know. I think Stroud has shown me enough that I think he could be the one for this.
I think Stroud under pressure doesn't do the off the cuff well. If you take away Stroud's reads, he struggles and he doesn't run.
But if he goes somewhere where they give him an offensive line,
if he goes to a team that runs the Shanahan offense, he'll be fine.
He's going to be nasty.
He doesn't run when he needs to. And if you take away his first read, I don't know how well he actually does.
But I mean, we'll see about that. But that other stuff that you was mentioning, that's coachable stuff. That's stuff that you can fix.
Yeah, but guess what? When you're a top pick in the draft, you are not going to good situations. And there's a reason you are this low.
We'll see. We'll see. That is it for our college football. Yeah, it's over. Now we get to Dylan. I know Dylan has been dreading this topic. I don't revel in, unlike Anthony.
Anthony wishing poor things.
I
every time this happens.
Don't wish it, but yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. And right around this time of the year, too.
It's literally a year ago.
Like Kevin Durant injured is MCL or PCL?
MCL.
MCL sprain.
It's the other leg this time.
He's out for a month. It was
thought it was 2 weeks.
So it's initially 2 weeks, but they're reevaluating in 2 weeks. He's gonna miss this whole month. I think this team right now is in a better spot than they were last year. Coaching wise,
they completely fell off the cliff last year. I don't
they
think
lost
they'll
every
fall off
game.
the
They
cliff
lost every game.
I don't think they'll fall off the cliff because A, Kyrie's going to play every game, and B, Kyrie's playing very well.
And
So,
C, Jacques Vaughn is a good coach.
Yeah, I would do that.
And we're not going into this massively tough stretch of games. There's going to be games we're going to lose, obviously, but there's games that are winnable in this stretch too for the next, I think, 10 games or so in this next month.
I just got to go 500.
If we go 500, Kevin Durant's come back into a good spot where it's like, okay, let's get it going. So, and that's the one thing that kind of got Kevin pissed off last year was
that fell apart. That's what was going to be my next point. But if y'all don't go 500,
then
y'all fall off the cliff.
Well, the Nets are also trying to make a move right now. The Nets are currently looking for a 6'9", 6'10" forward who can play alongside Kyrie, Kevin, and Ben to be like that third option scorer to go in there. I think if this stretch starts off like as a 2-2 stretch, you're going to see that trigger get pulled.
Who is that? Who is that player?
There's two players that come to mind. There's the Kyle Kuzma that I've been hearing linked for a while now.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too.
And John Collins. At least with John Collins, he would fill more of the role that I think the Nets want to be able to play Ben Simmons at the 5 and put John Collins as the forward that will try to rebound, but who could also stretch the floor and score.
I think he fits a little bit better than Kuzma does, but I mean, Collins is probably going to get traded. Something's going to happen in Atlanta.
Those are two guys that Kuzma is probably going to get traded.
Winning. Washington keeps winning. Don't be surprised if they turn to buyers. Washington, they're just hanging around. They're I think the 8 seed or the 9 seed right now.
That contract is too valuable for a winning team, whether it's the Nets or not. It's too valuable for a winning team because it's an expiring contract. If you're a team that's making a run,
but they're gonna get a lot for it, and then who wants to give up that much? That's what I mean. It's a tightrope. I don't know.
I don't think you have to give up a lot to get him. I think you have to match the contract unless you can take it, and then you do a first, and then you just get that rental. You get that rental of a year because Kyle Kuzma's leaving for a big market next year anyway. So it's just a matter of where he goes. Because however you think about Kyle, yeah, well, you have to make contracts work. You can't just do the trade. And his contract's not terrible. I think it's only an $18 million contract. Maybe a little less. I think 15 to 18. That's a movable contract. And they'll be willing to because they know he's not going to stay. Then there's the Miles Turner thing. Where the fuck does Miles Turner end up if somebody's going to fucking trade for him? Somebody needs to save Miles Turner.
Yeah, he turned down. He just turned down an extension.
Him and Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
Freddie also turned down a contract extension.
So what kind of contract is he looking for?
Freddie's out of there.
Freddie doesn't want to be in Toronto anymore. That team's falling apart. That team's falling apart.
Like, I think he likes his teammates, but like
the way that team is constructed, they don't shoot well enough.
They can't win. Like, they're just there. They're just there.
And Siakam as a superstar, as your number one player, like isn't a great
good.
option. Siakam is also somebody who I think can be on the move.
I think Siakam absolutely could be on the move.
It's just a matter of where he goes.
He would not have a shortage of suitors, I'll tell you that.
Like depends where he goes. Because I personally don't like Siakam. I don't want Siakam on my team.
I'm not a fan of Siakam either.
But
James is. But I am not.
Spicy P loves him the spin move. The only move that's in his bag is that pull-up spin jumper. No, I there's a lot of moves that can happen, but if that unfortunately Siakam fits that mold of 6'10" forward that can rebound and score and play defense. Like defensively, I like it. Offensively, I don't.
I don't see the fit.
I don't see you can't have him and Ben on the same court at the same time. To me, Siakam doesn't shoot well enough for it.
I don't see the fit.
But that goes back to what I was saying in the chat the other day. I was like, I don't think the Nets are going after a center. I think they're just going to look to do that NBA future lineup in like 5 years where you can put up a lineup of 6'9" to 6'10", all around, switch everything, and just shoot the ball. That's what they're going to do. What the NBA is going to look like in 5 years is nothing but 6'10" guys, ball handling and shooting. So I think that's what
it kind of looks like right now. Shit. Everybody's scoring 40. Like every other night, someone's dropping 40 and 50. Like
yeah. So I think that's the look they're looking for, and if they could pull it off, I think there's a chance. But who knows? I think a defensive lineup of that is horrifying on any team.
Well, hopefully for you, the Nets can make a deal, and they will. Like I said, I think if they go 500. That's a win. That's a win. But I could care less. When they play the Knicks, I don't care.
Well, the Knicks have won without Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
I don't
multiple
care,
times in the last year.
Guess what? Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. You will be quiet that night.
But
you know
Kevin
what, Mike?
Durant didn't play. I hope for you that listen. Last time they played without Kevin Durant, what happened?
Fucking
Cam Thomas packed y'all the fuck up.
That was some bullshit.
Cam Thomas packed y'all the fuck up. So I don't want to hear none of your bullshit. But who knows, Mike? I hope for your sake. Nah, JK, fuck you. I hope you get nothing. I hope you get nothing but L's.
But my first NBA prediction will be correct.
Will it?
Because I said the Knicks will beat the Nets this season.
We'll see.
We will.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Last time I checked, I saw you guys clamp up Giannis and let fucking Drew Holiday find all his shooting badges.
That's another thing we just can't seem to beat. Is the fucking Bucks.
That's what's in Milwaukee. We just can't beat.
It's like we almost had.
You guys did a good job stopping Giannis, and all of a sudden Drew Holiday hit Hall of Fame every badge.
I know. We just get the worst luck sometimes with some of these cats.
And Jalen Brunson was playing really well too, and then it's like, fuck.
We had them the last time we played too, and then Grayson Allen decides, oh, you know what? I want to just have Hall of Fame catch and shoot on the last play.
It's like every
last play of the game, swish.
Yeah, every team, some role player decides they want to be a fucking Hall of Famer against it. So fucking annoying.
It's my favorite quote from the Nick fan on TikTok that I sent you guys. That one gave the Knicks just pry defeat from the jaws of victory. Victory.
But hey, we're still
doing good. You guys are doing good.
Still 22. We got a pair of games against the Wizards. We can beat up on them. Got the Raptors coming up. We got the Pistons. We got a fairly light schedule coming up. Definitely games we should be winning.
Hey, Anthony, don't say nothing. I'm not saying nothing because the Knicks stink. Those two.
Hey, Mike, are the Knicks the 6th seed? Are the Knicks the 6th seed? Damn, Mike. Mike was just celebrating all the 6th seed last week.
Are they on pace for 42 wins though?
I don't care. What are they right now? Am I going to celebrate 42 wins in January when you guys don't have 42 wins? If I'm not allowed to celebrate James's 40 wins, I'm not celebrating your 42 wins.
James should be throwing a parade because they are number one in that division right now. Number one.
Job's not done.
No,
job done.
Oh yeah.
But the Lakers have been playing good. I hate to say it, but yes, LeBron has been playing out of his mind. LeBron has been
very well
steering that ship.
You know, LeBron is having the greatest year 20 out of anybody who has ever played the game of basketball.
But anyway, so Russell Westbrook, he's also playing really good too. He's looking like that clear 6 man, like Westbrook.
Yeah.
Did you know that no other player in year 20 has averaged more than 17 points?
But then, and then Anthony Davis, he's on pace to come back soon.
Anthony Davis isn't playing basketball. LeBron James is having similar numbers.
Nah, but you got to give it up to that coach too. Like just the way.
I don't. They're still playing losing basketball, so I don't. LeBron James's numbers are better.
Who are the Knicks?
Than his 2012 MVP season.
right now.
Dylan,
And that was peak LeBron James.
Dylan, I don't care.
I'm just
Of
letting
course
you
you
know
don't, 'cause
the
you're a hater.
year he's having. He's having a great year.
I just said he's balling out. How's that?
He's
hating?
having a great year. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, he's having a good year.
He's having a great year.
Yeah, he's having a good year.
And Mike, if LeBron James breaks that scoring record at Madison Square Garden,
y'all put that in the chat.
Can you stop putting that goddamn energy?
That's one of my predictions.
And it is one of your predictions. And I went, Anthony, don't even worry about it. It's not going to happen. LeBron literally would have to average 40 for the next week and a half. 40 for him to be in reach of it. He's not going to do it.
But he's been scoring lights out recently.
Mike, in what world do we live in where LeBron James can average 40 for the next week and a half?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's going to break the record.
In what world?
He's probably going to break the record, sadly, against Portland. In Portland. That's my guess.
If LeBron James
now
gets a chance to break the record in Madison Square Garden and it happens, we don't need to have a speakeasy. You can just hand me that award.
That's in
just
2
hand it to
me. You would love to see that.
2 weeks. You would love for that to happen.
No, it's even for you guys. Why do Mike? I don't give a fuck about that. I care about the stage.
Yes, you do. Yes,
big stage. I don't care about the Knicks.
So why didn't care? Well, he could do it in Brooklyn the night before.
He could do it in Brooklyn, but that wouldn't help my prediction.
Why'd you make it specifically the Knicks for your prediction?
Because he hates the Knicks.
No, I don't hate the Knicks. It's just funny to piss you guys off. It's because of the state. Imagine breaking Kareem's scoring record in the most famous arena in the world.
It would be nice, but
that's crazy. Imagine in the last 2 years in Madison Square Garden, you get to see Steph Curry break the all-time three-point record, LeBron James break the all-time scoring record, all in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, the NBA tried to fix it to do that, but no.
Hey,
it won't happen.
If it does, though, speaky please. Speaky please. As much as I love 40 wins, predicting breaking the scoring record in Madison Square Garden, that wins.
Well, that's it. I don't have anything else. Dylan, trivia? No. James, top 5?
Yes, I do.
Oh, he's ready.
Yes, I do.
He was ready for that.
Not James's top. It's not Breezy's top 5. We're doing trivia tonight, fellas.
Oh,
I got some trivia for you guys.
Is it Dylan hitting the music?
Yes, it's Dylan hitting the music.
Good.
It's been a while.
Let's switch that banner.
Good thing I still have that music downloaded.
Whoa. Wait.
No.
We will. No. You have to do 2 things. You wait. Hit that like, share, and subscribe before you even get yourself going. That like, share, and subscribe. There it is. There's the graphic. Bing, bang, boom. Follow us on all of the social platforms. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeart, Spotify, YouTube. Hit us on all of that. Before you go, we have one last Fantasy Focus sponsored by Dylan.
Oh my fucking God.
Sponsored by who, Dylan?
Bullshit.
Mike Ortiz Cross Country Mortgage.
Yes.
Bullshit.
And I don't know if we're going to get a copyright thing for this. I don't care. Dylan.
Just tell me what to play.
No, I did that on purpose. I just need you to stall for a second so I can prepare myself.
Oh God.
What am I playing? Oh God, what am I playing?
Oh.
Mike was he getting his belt? His championship belt?
He's gonna get a goddamn championship belt.
I'm just gonna kick him. I'm not gonna allow him to come back. I'm gonna kick him and lock it.
Please and thank
Is
you.
he gonna play John Jones's walkout song?
I don't know. I'm
Dun,
just
dun,
gonna.
dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
gonna
the
mute
champ
him.
is
I'm gonna do
here.
everything.
Dun, 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 the champ is here. I have no idea what is he doing.
It doesn't matter. He's gonna be upset. I'm ruining the moment.
Well,
Mike.
I need to know what
Ruining.
music I'm playing so we get copyright stricken before the fucking video goes
Your
up.
mic is muted. We don't hear anything. We don't hear anything. Your mic is muted.
I'm just going to play fucking Pomp and Circumstance.
No, he's probably playing something right now, but I'm muted.
It's graduation all over again. Oh my god. Okay, I know what he wants me to play. Oh, ignore. Alright, you can turn the music off. I'll play it.
Yes. Yeah.
Turn the music off. I'll play it.
Oh, hell.
Alright, you can turn the music off. I'll play it.
The head of the fantasy football table is here. The winner of the
You're welcome.
The Speak On It podcast, fantasy football. Is yours truly, the winner. Heavyweight champion of the world.
He's still going. Mike, congratulations.
And the winner of my other
He's
Black
keep
Hole
starting over.
championship that Roz is in, that James was in when he tried to insult me.
What?
The fantasy football league that you were in, that you won. That league still continues even though you're not here. The winner of both leagues this year, your champion, the people's champion.
I don't know about the people's.
Yours truly. Feels
Mike,
good.
Congratulations. I really didn't want either of you to win, but I'm glad you beat my piece of shit brother. Just because if I can't win, he can't win either.
Yes. So I don't know how Roman does this, carrying all these championships around. So heavy. So yes, we are here. I just want to let you guys know, because James is a hater and Anthony is unreasonable. There was drama surrounding my championship wins. But being the fair man that I am, you have the floor, Anthony. Please tell our audience why you somehow should be champion. Go ahead.
I don't think that was ever his argument.
No, it's absolutely his argument.
It's absolutely his argument, James. Don't you do that for him.
Well, actually, James is right. That wasn't my argument.
Anthony, you said you should be in the championship round, but there's no more football.
No, I said I should have been in the playoffs.
He didn't say
screwed.
He should be champion. He said
I was
he should have been
screwed.
in the playoffs.
But here's the thing, James, even if there was 3 teams in the playoffs for each division, he was in 4th place.
He still wouldn't have made
it. I would have made it.
But who said an expansion of 3 teams?
Anthony, does every team get in the playoffs?
No, but most of them should.
No, you have to have a limit.
You have to have a cutoff.
I love how the limit conveniently suits Mike. All right, I call conspiracy.
It doesn't really suit Mike here. But
I was the number 2 seed. I don't know what it would have mattered.
Granted, there should have been one more team in each division because the last round of the playoffs shouldn't have been 2 weeks, but it should have been
that one. We can alter for next year.
Yes, that we can
for
understand.
The final. I can understand that
because this week and last week I packed up deal in 7 different ways. I'm over here.
Joe Burrow didn't get a chance to play football.
Yeah, whatever.
So I have a legitimate gripe about that one. I literally didn't play fucking football. There's nothing I can do about that.
Still would have lost, but anyways.
Not if I would have if he would have thrown 12 touchdowns.
God.
Or even 7. If he would have thrown 7 touchdowns.
Yes, if he would have thrown 7 touchdowns.
Hey, I just saw the Georgia quarterback make 6 by himself.
Yeah, that's every fucking college football game. They throw like 6, 7 touchdowns.
That's not true. If you don't watch college football, you don't know. Loser. But no, like Anthony, even if there was an extra team in each division, you still wouldn't have made it.
I was never mentioned. I never vouched for just one extra team.
No, you're just trying to make it so you could just be in the playoffs.
Because
obviously
think that would have meant that you would have won, but then we would have to go back, and you would have been playing Blackheart in round 1 a couple weeks ago, which you would have promptly been packed up. You don't just get this week for the entire playoffs. For your scenario to work, then we would have to reseed and everything goes back 3 weeks, where you would have been promptly packed up. The person that should be upset and making your argument should be Blackheart, because he had to run into not Mike Ortiz. He had to run into Dylan's brother, because he fell in the last couple weeks. And ran right into Blackheart in the first round, and then took Blackheart out, which paved the way, because I promptly took out Mike Ortiz, which he texted me. And by the way, me and Mike had he was very upset that he lost. But and then left me and Dylan's brother, and I will admit I was nervous. It was a very close game. Very close. But in the end, victory.
Steven, I hate you. I hope nothing good ever happens to you ever again. I hate your guts. And I hope everything bad that happens to you continues to happen to you and only you. Eat a dick, Steven.
I look forward to our rematch next year, Steven. I look forward to it. My new rival. But what a great year. And in my other league, by the way, I wish Roz was here, because as you guys remember, Roz, he was kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out in the Speak On It podcast league. But he surely was coming in here every week talking about his team in our other fantasy league. And he surely got packed up in the first round. And then all that he was talking about Darius, he surely got packed up in the 3rd place game by Darius. Roz finished with the best record in our regular season record and finished in 4th place, as he got promptly packed up in the playoffs, as I got rid of Darius and got rid of my boy Terrell's friend, Mr. Dorsey, easily. And yes, champ is here. Champ feels so good. Man, these belts is heavy. Just the king of all fantasy is what I am.
You're a bitch.
We will take this over. We also have some news. Next week, me and Dylan will be concocting up. I don't have wheel of destruction, wheel. I don't know, the wheel of something. But there will be a wheel next week. And oh boy, it is official. Josh finished in last place in our league. So Josh will be doing the penalty. We will be spinning this wheel, and Josh will have to do something on air. I don't know when, because as we stated, Anthony, he has a newborn at home, so he is busy. But he has been following. But we will get him with the penalty.
So angry when you throw that out there. Yeah, running.
But we will have a wheel. Me and Dylan talked about this, and this wheel is going to be fun. There's going to be some stuff on this wheel next week. Can't wait.
I'm very much so looking forward
to flexing that part of my brain.
That wheel is gonna be fun. I can't wait. And that wheel will be here to stay. So that wheel will be here for our March Madness bracket this year. Whatever other stupid bets we come up with, that wheel is here.
It will sit there and be like, all right, you want to bet a wheel spin?
Can't wait. So be on the lookout next week for our YouTube. We'll obviously for our audio listeners, we'll let you know what's on it. But oh yeah, that wheel is going to be fun.
Oh, I love every bit of it. And speaking of running, so Anthony finally agreed to play me in Madden.
How did that go, Dylan?
I ran a lot. I ran so much that Lamar Jackson had 100 yards rushing the first half. And Anthony threw 6 picks and he quit.
Oh, he quit. Oh.
Yeah, I took pictures this time.
Did you take pictures of them picks you were throwing me too, huh? Did you take those pictures?
I didn't quit.
So
did you take pictures of your L's in Smash Brothers?
Oh, I caught massive L's. I wasn't prepared for Anthony to be that good. Anthony's very good. I need to get back into playing Smash. I play Smash like once a year. And apparently, because I lost my Switch and I downloaded it on this one, my save files didn't go into the cloud or whatever. So I had no characters. None. I sent the picture to the group chat. I had no characters. So I logged in. I was like, oh, this is upsetting. So I did not stand much of a chance because Joker is somebody you have to like get back into the swing of thing using. And I was clearly not ready. And the Switch Lite is fucking tiny.
That screen is so
tiny.
Because I first bought the Switch Lite, I was like, after 3 months, I can't keep looking at this shit.
I need to get another Switch. I need to just because I moved a whole ass house, and I still can't find my Switch.
Just get the OLED Switch. It's like a big ass 7-inch screen.
My Switch had character, Anthony. It survived a fire.
But you can't find it.
My Switch had character. My Joy-Con still had soot on it.
What good is character if you can't even find it?
Culture, Anthony.
Oh my god!
It had great culture. It had character. So I don't know where the fuck it is. And if I just come home with a fucking Switch, Janine's gonna stab me. So I probably shouldn't do that.
Put on a credit card, man. Finance that shit.
Do you not know it was just Crema?
What?
It was just Crema. I spent a lot you asked me how much I spent on Jaden's computer.
I don't think it was clicking to him.
Wait, how much did you spend on Jaden's computer?
That's not something we're discussing on air.
Hell yeah, it is.
Fourth wall.
Just know, ladies and gentlemen, my man Jaden has a fire setup. Just know, fire setup.
A dope setup. And we've been playing. We played Minecraft. We ran through we beat our first game together.
Look, it's already paying for itself.
We beat Minecraft Dungeons.
Already paying for itself.
Minecraft Dungeons is fucking fire, by the way. If you like Diablo or any type of those like dungeon crawler games, Minecraft Dungeons is fucking sick.
Not my cup of tea, but okay.
Losers. All right.
All right.
Yeah, we had a great time. Next on the list is.
Yes.
Yo, I've been thinking about that game too. Like,
apparently, I bought
it looks
for
so
Jaden.
good.
I bought it for Jaden. Jaden started playing it. Apparently, you get the free PS5 upgrade.
It's a free PS5 upgrade
with the PS4 version. So I just got to put the disc into the PS5 and it loads up the PS5 version.
That game looks so good.
I'm looking forward to really playing it. And then One Piece Odyssey comes out this week. I'm going to get that.
Hogwarts Legacy.
That comes out this week?
No, it comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I'm not a Harry Potter bitch, so.
Breezy's Trivia.
All right.
Let's go.
Dylan, did you ever stop the music? That was a long
I had to stop it.
Yeah, for my interest.
I had to stop the music.
Head of the table is here.
Doing shit.
Head of the table is here.
It was very interrupted. I didn't even get a chance to bask in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, James, I'm going to interrupt you really quick too. Apparently, WWE is sold to a Saudi
Arabia company. Yeah, I know. Like,
Uh-oh.
whoa,
That's bad.
That's not good at all.
When did that happen? Today?
Today.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Was that all a part of the Vince McMahon coming back?
Yeah. So Vince came back to help initiate the sale of the company. If they really sold, I'm not. This is nothing against like the Saudi Arabian people or anything like that. The end. But there's gonna be a lot of advertisers and stuff who are not going to be interested in working with WWE because of it. So that's and you're supposed to negotiate a new TV deal too. So who knows what's going to happen? Probably gonna be streaming only. There's a lot of shit that could happen monetarily.
It's the beginning of the end.
Right.
Shocking.
Sorry, James.
AEW one, but yes, James, we'll get this back up. Get you the get this up here for you. There you go, sir. It's all on you.
All right. Hey, Anthony, these questions are all NBA basketball, buddy.
Okay.
Sorry. No football.
No football.
But I'm going to give you the first question, Anthony. Give you a chance to jump in the lead and hold that lead, since you say you never get a chance. Bill Russell
he lost
the most titles won as an NBA player with 10 total. Who's behind him?
You said he won the most. I'm sorry, repeat that question one more time. I'm sorry.
Bill Russell has the most NBA titles as a player with 10. Who's behind him?
What are you doing, Anthony? Oh, there you go. Hi, how you doing?
Robert Ory?
No.
Is it like open forum? What are we doing?
Wait.
Mike?
I'm going to go with Havlicek.
No. Dylan. Mike, you're gonna be upset when I tell you the name.
I have two people in my mind, and now that it's not Havlicek, I'm pretty sure it's the other guy. But
I don't think you're gonna get this, Mike.
I'm not gonna get this. I'm trying to think of guys who just happen to be on teams that won. So it's not Robert Ory because he won 7?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who is it?
No. Sam Jones, Mike. Yeah, man.
The black guy.
Sam Jones.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's the shooting guard. He's a bad man.
Yeah.
He's a bad man.
Yep. All right. I guess we're going to round the robin. Anthony. Who? Oh, where is it at? Yeah, all right. What is the most? This is perfect for you too. Again, Anthony, since you're an MJ guy.
Oh God.
You know,
right. I'm a Kobe guy. Actually,
you're an MJ guy. It's documented. What is the most points that Michael Jordan has ever scored during a single game?
During a single game. Was it 66?
Nope. Mike.
Mike, oh, there you
are. 69.
Ding, ding, ding. Got it. I give you a bonus if you know the team.
I feel like it's Cleveland, but I don't know. Is it Cleveland?
Is that you're asking me? Or are you telling me your answer?
Cleveland.
Yeah, Mike has 2 points in 1 round, guys. All right. Let's.
Fake ass Michael Jordan fan.
I was off by 3 points.
Wrong. Dylan, who was selected first overall in the 1998 NBA draft?
Tim Duncan.
Wrong. Anthony. Dylan, you're gonna be upset because I mentioned him today.
Oh, I know who it is. God damn it. God damn it. I know who it is. Fuck. I got my ears fucked up. Fuck. Fuck. I hate you. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I was off my ear. God damn it. Oh.
Anthony. That's great.
Nah, I have to pass. I can't think of anybody.
Just throw a name out there.
So 1998.
98. So like the 98 draft had like the likes of Paul Pierce and them.
Dirk Nowitzki?
No.
No.
He was top 10 though. 9.
Because I knew he was 98. I just couldn't remember where he was.
Michael.
You mentioned him today in the chat.
I sure did.
Yeah, I know the answer. I know the answer.
Number 1 pick in 98.
98.
I don't know. I'm gonna go. I don't remember who posted. Only thing I remember we posted today was about Smush Parker.
It wasn't him.
I know it's not Smush Parker. I don't think it's not AI. I'm gonna say Grant Hill, but I don't know if that's the right year.
Nope.
No, that was what, 94? It wasn't some of my candy. It was all of my candy.
All of the candy.
The candy man.
The candy man. The candy
The candy man can.
Yeah, I'm pissed off.
The candy man.
Dylan. Which player became the first NBA player to sign a contract worth more than $200 million?
Ooh. Worth more than $200 million?
Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hint. The hint will be the year is 2017.
It's an easy one.
Oh, Steph.
Good job. All right, I'll give you a piggyback off of that question. Who quickly beat Steph Curry that same season? That same off season, sorry.
For a contract?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Westbrook, right?
Nope.
Okay. Shit. Who the fuck was it?
Slightly edged him out. Mike?
Like, I'm gonna be mad if it's John Wall. but I'm gonna say Bradley Beal.
Nope. Dylan with a chance to tie.
So 2017, Steph got his. Warriors are coming off of a win. Who at that time was also a free agent? Is what I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to go by the draft class here. And I remember Blake also got a massive deal around that time too to stay with the Clippers. But I don't think it's Blake. And I feel like Harden got an extension. Is that correct?
It is correct.
Let's go.
Edged out Curry by 27 million.
Who was it?
James
James
Harden.
Harden.
Curry signed a
course.
5-year, $200 million contract extension, and then was quickly edged out in the offseason by James Harden for $228. Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
All right, bonus round. Anthony, you might be out of it, man. These guys
It's
are
no
2-2.
points. It's no points.
So, all right, it's gonna be best out of 3. These questions. All right. What? Yeah. Do I want to do that one? No, this is the no. I want to say that for last. I'm gonna save that for last. Okay. What number did Dwayne Wade wear while he played for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Mike.
Oh, can I? Oh, Mike. Okay.
Ooh.
Anthony, you better not shout out no answers.
Ooh. 9.
What was that? I'm sorry.
9.
That is correct.
Not gonna get me on that goddamn Dwayne Wade question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pissed. I was saying, I saw you go like this. I was like, fuck, you got it.
All right. Let's see if Dylan knows this. He may not. Let's see. Which team picked Vince Carter in the draft before being traded to the Raptors?
Oh. Because wasn't he traded for Antoine Jameson? So, would it be the Warriors?
Oh, he got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. This is a good one.
So it all comes down to this.
It
Yeah,
does. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to word this to make it a little difficult? All right. Coach Larry Brown before what team did Coach Larry Brown coach in the NCAA?
Kansas.
And what year did he end?
Auntie, what are you doing?
9.
Anthony looks like he's ready to answer a question.
On the edge of his seat. Might get this wrong. I'm getting this.
Kansas 93.
Wrong. It was Kansas, but it was not 93. So you got, I'm gonna give you an answer. So that means I have a bonus question for Dylan to possibly tie to stay alive, or it ends right now. Dylan, are you ready? It's a piggyback question off of that question.
Oh boy.
The answer was 1988, Mike.
Oh,
and after winning that title, when he jumped to the NBA, what was the first team he coached? Larry Brown.
I know. I'm thinking.
Damn, I know this.
You don't know it.
You don't know it, Anthony.
Larry Brown. Where the fuck did Larry Brown coach before? He was in fucking Philly. After the 88 season. I'm trying to think of a team that makes sense, and none of it makes sense.
This one is hard because you can't really see anybody else here. Right, Mike? I think Mike knows the answer.
I know the answer.
And you know what I mean. You can't see anybody else.
You forget about it, yeah.
Is it the Spurs?
Yeah.
Wrong.
It's the Spurs, Mike. Who did you have? Oh, okay. All right. I guess I got one more, and then I'm gonna end it there, guys, because this has been a good one. Okay.
That is a tough one.
I kind of gave you that one.
Yeah, I know. That's a very tough one.
This one is on Mike, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to do that. Do I want to do that? Because I think if I ask this question, Mike, if you don't get it, Dylan's gonna get this question.
That's clearly what you want.
No. That's not what I want. That's not clearly what I want. I'm just being honest. That's why I don't want to. I don't know if I want to do that question. Do you want that question?
I'm ready for it.
All right, two-time champion. Who was drafted first in the 2000 NBA draft?
2000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck it. Steve Francis.
It was not.
Woo.
Yao Ming was in 2002. Kenyon Martin was in 2001. In the year 2000, there was a man with small hands drafted to the Washington Wizards. If I'm correct, but that goes by the name of Kwame Brown.
You are wrong, Dylan. It is Kenyon Martin to the New Jersey Nets.
I thought Martin was 01.
2000. You had your chance. Okay. I feel like I don't know if I would have got this answer right. So I think it might be a hard answer, hard question to ask. Who has the most free throws made in a single season? Mike. Who is the all-time leader in free throws made in a single NBA season?
I'm confident that if my guess is wrong, that Dylan won't get who I think the other person is. So I'm gonna
Look
go
at
with-
Anthony. Anthony's like, oh, I just looked up the answer. I know it.
I know that. You should have asked me.
I don't think either one of y'all gonna get it.
I'm gonna say Wilt.
The fucking 46% free throw shooter, Will.
You got it. The sheer amount of times that man was fouled, just the
I
quantity.
understand. That's a good response to that. Good answer. But it was wrong. So Dylan.
I feel like this is something that this man has. Steve Nash.
No.
Before you say, is it Karl Malone?
Shaquille O'Neal has the most.
Oh,
He's the
wow.
all-time leader
Yeah, I wouldn't have
in
guessed
a
Shaq.
single season.
I would not have guessed Shaq.
And he is the all-time. Where'd it go?
You said most free throws made in a single season.
Mm-hmm.
He's the all-time leader in free throws made in a single season, and he is the all-time leader in free throws made per game in the NBA.
Why do I have Jerry West?
Let Dr.
Accusations.
Well, we're both wrong regardless.
I want shenanigans if Karl Malone is the answer.
I think that's the answer.
I want to follow.
Do you have the exact number that Shaq won? I mean, that Shaq made?
Hmm?
Do you have the number?
Hold on one second.
Because Shaq isn't even on the list that I found.
The list I see is Jerry West 1955 60.
Yeah, with
800.
840 free throws.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Wilt with
840.
835.
Who asked the question first too?
Mike, but we both got it wrong, so it's back to Mike.
Yeah. Mike,
Yes, sir.
which player was drafted first in the 2012 NBA draft?
Oh, who was number one?
No. Which player was
Okay.
drafted first in an NBA draft? And I have two people.
Okay.
Do I want it? Because that's obvious. All right, I'm gonna do it later. All right, later. In the draft. Okay. Chris Middleton or Draymond Green?
Okay. So what did we ask you between these two?
Who was
Which
chosen
player
first?
was selected first in the
Draymond
2012
or Chris
draft?
Middleton?
Draymond or Chris Middleton?
Chris Middleton.
Anthony looking around, looking like he looked like Smokey in Friday. He's like,
Chris Middleton.
wrong. It was Draymond at 35th, Chris Middleton at 39th. That's the type of question I can't ask Dylan now. But now Dylan, which franchise joined the NBA first? That's
It's tough because a couple franchises came in the same year, especially
yeah,
the expansion in the 90s.
yeah. Which franchise joined the NBA first? The Minnesota Timberwolves or the Miami Heat? This is a very long trivia now.
It is a very long trivia because I'm thinking because the Magic and I think the Heat came in around like 2 years of each other. And the Magic came in, I think, like 91, 92. So the Heat would have been right around there. So, and KG was drafted in 96. So let me go with the Heat.
You are correct. And they weren't that far apart. The Miami Heat joined the NBA in 1988, and Minnesota joined the NBA in 1989.
Okay.
I guess I have to give, or is that's where it ends? Because Mike got it wrong.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, now you're trying to make it seem like I was forcing you to get wrong.
It's fine.
I got the same type of question, Mike.
Asking me which player got drafted first over which franchise got drafted.
I would have gotten the Draymond one right, to be fair.
I would have gotten that franchise one right.
The draft questions I'm a dork about, so I just get into Rain Man mode and I just start reeling things off.
The franchise ones I do.
I had to make that a little more difficult because the original question of that player who was drafted first was Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal was the third pick in the draft.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't
And
go
Damian
with that.
Lillard was the 8th pick because that was the Nets pick.
It was the 6th pick.
6th pick, close. That was the Nets pick that we traded for fucking Joe Wallace. So that wouldn't have been a good question to give to me. That would have been almost tailor-made for me.
See, Mike? I think I was pretty fair in this. But play the music. Dylan won. Sorry, Mike.
You know, every time I've been on this part of trivia, I have not lost for sports. I lost music, but sports, I have not lost.
And I was being fair.
Yeah,
The
Mike
only
is just
person
being
that-
salty.
Yes, because he had 2 belts and now he's
Now he's a fucking loser.
Loser.
Absolutely
2
not.
belts.
He tried to
Absolutely
lay the
not.
narrative out already.
I-
You want Dylan to win anyway. Just ask him a question.
Ask him to feed him his layups with the draft questions. Go ahead.
It's just
But it's
I just
okay.
so happen to be a dork about that type of stuff. Like I'm pissed off that I got that the Olo Candy question wrong because I was off
I
by a
thought he was
fucking
gonna
year.
get the Kenyon Martin one.
I just got my year mixed up. I just got my year mixed up with the Kenyon Martin. I got Kwame and Kenyon mixed up. Pissed.
But it's okay because it doesn't matter what y'all say.
Still lost.
These belts stay here.
No, they don't give me bitch. I won. I
They're
know.
yours.
Fantasy,
They're your
fantasy
belts.
football champion. That's what they represent. Fantasy football champion.
Next
Can't
year
take
for
it away.
fantasy football, let's put in money to get a belt.
That's fine. I would have done that this year. And
That
guess
shit's
what?
expensive,
That belt
man.
would have been not if we split it,
And then the belt's got to go wherever the champ is.
which would be right here.
That's pissed if I win something and I have to take it all the way to Albany.
Anthony, next year, don't pick a kicker.
Dylan,
That's all I'm saying.
I believe we faced each other what 4 times this year, and I beat
I
you 3 of
literally
those times.
3 times.
Yes, I beat you 3 times.
You
in
didn't
fantasy.
beat me 3 times.
Yes, I did.
We played 3 times. We split in the regular season.
And then
that is why I was above you, because not only did I beat you and we tied, I also scored more points than you. That's why you were 4 and I was 3.
And then these past 2 weeks, I beat you back to
Joe
back.
Burrow literally didn't play football. And
Okay.
again, Mike Evans finally jumped into the Lazarus pit and
which
showed up.
caused Raz to lose. And Anthony, that counts as one game. I'm sorry. That counts as one game.
Still 2-1.
Yes.
And guess what, Anthony? Neither one of us won. Neither one of us won anything.
Yes.
Anthony's over here trying to fight for an extra week of fucking regular season football for a fantasy matchup, when I think Anthony has all of 3 players total on his team who are in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. You lost. It's over. I won. I am the king. I am head of the table.
Yeah,
Until
not
next
a trivia.
year.
Not a trivia.
Until next year. Let's hit those goodbyes. Anthony, we will let you go first.
All right. Just a great week. Great episode. Glad to do this every week. Get up after a very long day of work to be here and entertain you people. You know, put aside my hate for the other people on this pod and, just be a good sport. It will always be one nation. Yes, it was the last day at the office this past week, but we're going to get ready. Nice off season. Going to put together that championship team. I know we can. It's always mixtape as well. And I'll see you guys next week.
As you guys can see, the name I chose for this week was Who Wants Smoke, but I chose to be more of a civilized person tonight and not be screaming and yelling. So you're welcome to the listeners and viewers. But shout out to all the viewers and all the listeners. Without you guys, we wouldn't. I'm lying. We do this still without you guys. But it is well. We're grateful for that for sure. Shout out to the Triple B's chat. Shout out to Menace for setting the chat off this morning by just posting a picture of a basketball court, and it just the chat just engulfed into flames of everybody talking about who's better than who, and now there's a 3-point contest on the line with the money on the line that's gonna happen in the summertime just by Menace posting a picture of a basketball court. Ask me how. I have no idea. But shout out to the guys in that contest.
Are you going to be involved in that, James?
No, I am not.
Who's your money on? Because I think my money might be on Irk.
Irk is not in that. It's going to be between Flo, Wayne, and Blad. Yes, that's the 3-point contest.
Whoa.
Flo,
what kind of
Wayne,
random? Okay, that's what they're doing.
Yep.
So I just
Flo
let the viewers know, and I hope you're watching.
Flo thinks he has the best jumper.
You lost, Flo. I'm telling you right now, you lost. I've seen you. You lost, Flo.
Contrary to belief, he beat Wayne in the 3-point contest this summer. Yes, so he has the most confidence in the world, guys.
I don't know what was going on that day, but nah.
Hey. But yeah, shout out to D Menace. Shout out to the Triple B's chat. Gotta get you guys up on here. And follow me on Twitter. That's at Breezy5X. My only job to be on Twitter is to view Mike's tweets like a hawk and comment on those tweets. Today I went down the rabbit hole and I was commenting on all of Menace's tweets. So you never know. You tweet the wrong thing, I might just be looking and just troll you. And follow me on Instagram. That's at Breezy __ BILLZ. And I'm out.
Last day at the office, best day at the office. Because now we don't got to watch that dog shit anymore. The fucking worst team in the pod is the fucking Vegas Raiders. Can we believe that this is the world we live in, where the worst team that anybody roots for in the NFL on the pod isn't the Jets? That's a crazy thing, huh? Look at that. Look at us. We did it. Look at God.
We did it.
God, I wish Roz was here.
Oh, look at God. Yeah, Roz, so he could bring my fucking my happiness down and talk about how we were 6 of this and blah, blah, blah. The Raiders stink. And unfortunately, whenever you send a picture of a basketball court to a group chat, it sets off everybody. When I was playing basketball in the summer and I would send pictures of me at the basketball hoop, there's a certain guy here who would always comment and just be like, I'm going to dunk on you.
Mm-hmm.
and it was Anthony. Anthony always felt the need to reply that he would dunk on me. And I would reply, the only thing you are dunking is chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Follow me on all social media platforms _podcast Poppy, where I don't tweet my misery anymore because the Jets are over, but now I tweet my misery because Kevin Durant's hurt. And that's how we live life. And on Twitter, I tend to find Mets fans and like their tweets about Carlos Correa not being a Met when he's no longer a Met. So it's a fun time.
What a time to be alive.
Mets fans in hell.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for watching. Like I said, follow us. Follow the show on everything: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Amazon Radio, Spotify. We're on everything, YouTube. Thank you for watching and listening. You can follow me on all the socials at IAM_MBJ. Yeah, I don't have much to say. Titans got cheated. But they fired Todd. They fired Todd Downing, so it's a good day. It's a good day. We will be back. We'll be back better and stronger than ever because we still have a Hulk. Shout out to Georgia. I don't hate Georgia like everyone seems to hate Georgia now. I don't know. I was still very happy that Georgia beat Alabama last year, so I don't hate Georgia. But yeah, shout out to everybody. This was a fun playoff show. We'll be here recapping all these playoff games from here on out till we get to the superb owl. And yes, join us. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna get fun for the next few weeks. It's gonna be fun. I don't have anything else to say. We didn't do a I'm him, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty unanimous that DeMar Hamlin would be him this week. So
yeah,
I don't think we need to go through that. And yeah, I don't have anything else. Shout out to Ron. Shout out to Josh. A lot of things moving in this pod. A lot of great things moving in this pod. So yeah, we're moving. We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll see you next week. But before I go, play my music.
Oh my god! All right, I'll play it. Turn it off.